and that took longer to get back than I thought because I was not only making tea but also providing first aid because James sliced his hand open because that's the kind of morning we're having.
Shit.
When Laura's life sounds like an actual D&D session.
James decided to roll for initiative.
He rolled low. That deck save, not good.
Also, I have an inability to control my temperature anyway, so I'm sweaty right now. And gross.
Just all kinds
Just
of
a heads up, the
stuff.
stream can hear you right now.
I'm aware. I know. I heard. This is I'm getting their expectations ready. Like, this is the person who's DMing. So even normally I'm like, hey, rules lawyering is the worst. Don't be that guy in chat who's trying to tell people how to play. But even more so right now, because I'm like, I do not have any spoons to put up with anyone's shit today, and I am powering through. So, and by that I mean put up with like shit from chat, not put up with D&D shenanigans shit, because that's what we're here for. That's fine.
I was totally coffee spoons.
We're raising money for the Starlight Children's Foundation. $5 or more, you can give anyone at the table, including GM or apparently my cat, advantage. And for $10 or more, you will trigger a surge of wild magic immediately, no matter what is going on. And let's get started. Oh, before we get started, players, introduce yourself as players. We'll go overlay order. So Lion, aka Marmalade, we'll start with you.
Hello, I am Marmalade, a monk bard, and I am here because it seemed like a good time, and I can really help people and find myself.
There you go. Also meant like introduce you as like Lion as a person. If there's anything you want to plug, any socials or gyms, then fine. You don't have to.
Nah,
You guys can
Lion.
choose.
I don't do much. You know, I just have fun with friends online. I like D&D, video games, obviously. The hat would definitely not be an indicator. But yeah, that's about it.
All right. Next we'll go to Johnny Miss, aka March McNibbins.
What?
Hi, I'm Johnny Miss, aka March McNibbins. There we go. I think that's all you really need, right? No,
Fine. Again, up to you. This is your chance to promote yourself. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But
yeah, I am Johnny Miss on most social media platforms and on Twitch, where I recently started streaming very, very occasionally. It's currently like once a week at most.
What are you doing in my swamp?
And I will be playing March McNibbins, the Chronology Wizard.
who also is a fan of wild magic, so it's not going to be chaotic at all in here.
So many random effects.
Next, we'll go to Naina, aka Mason Gendoza. Introduce yourself.
I hope you all are familiar with Jason Mendoza, your character, which is pretty much based on that. He strongly believes that most of the problems can be solved by either a fireball or drift, or smashing your head against the wall. But yeah, that's who.
You might need to adjust your mic settings, whatever the threshold for it to pick you up is, because it's very it's like missing a lot of the beginning of your words, or like you're cutting in and out. So maybe lower the when it starts to, if it's voice activity. And then hopefully that helps. If you're on mobile, can you donate $5 worth of bits? Sadly, no, because bits do not go to the charity. Bits go to the streamer. I highly encourage you, if you have bits, to use them at Steve, our wonderful host and organizer of this event, for putting it together. But sadly, we cannot direct those to the charity. So you'll have to check out the Tiltify campaign if you want any of those in-game affecting thingy things.
Good looking out though, bro.
Yeah. And well, never mind. Steve has said he's donating all proceeds from the weekend to charity. So I guess then bits can also count if it's $5 or $10 worth of bits for those two things.
Well, there we go.
Denny, aka Maxius, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I am Teni Dicely. I run the Play Dicely and Dicely YouTube channels. Used to stream on Twitch, but now we've just moved over to YouTube just to keep everything in one spot. We do a bi-weekly D&D game that we've been doing for like 2 years. It's fun to be in a game with Jonimus, because I know Jonimus usually tunes into us too. normally I'm a DM, so it's fun to be on the player side. Yeah.
Highly recommend Play Dicely on YouTube. Fantastic campaign, and Denny's put so much thought into the homebrew world that they play in, and it's wonderful. And you all should watch it. Also, if you can't tell already from my words earlier, my voice, my general state of dishevelment, I am very under the weather today. So I will, and I'm a newer-ish DM in the first place, so I might occasionally defer or be like, "Hey, Denny, one DM to another. Thoughts, opinions? Is this the thing that should be happening right now?" So I'm happy to have another DM at the table just in case I need some confirmation. Yes, Steve, it's $5 for advantage or disadvantage to any player or GM, and it's $10 or more to trigger an immediate wild magic surge. And last but not least, Theodomar, aka Tan, introduce yourself, please.
Hello. I am known as Tan or Tanfighter around like Twitter, Instagram, Discord. I run the Dice Drop server and I'm part of the Daisies and Dragons server. And I'm on some streams here and there, but for the most part, I'm just like making homebrew worlds and systems and stuff and having a good time. And I am coming in as a slightly disgruntled old rogue by the name of Theodemar, who is very much trying to get through it. It is.
I love it.
Most of my things are very Lord of the Rings coded.
We love it.
I also just realized I didn't actually introduce my character.
There you go. Go ahead.
You and I had the exact opposite problems.
Yeah. I'm going to be playing Maxius Riskel, a Goliath Bard Archfey Warlock. So, fitting the theme.
And just see if check out if Naina's mic situation has improved. Do you want to reintroduce your character for us, Mason Gendoza? Because I just think it's so funny.
Okay, I think you're getting a bit lost, right? Give me 2 more minutes.
Yeah, I definitely could hear you better, but I could also hear a little bit of background noise. But if that's what we need, I would take being able to hear you and also have a little bit of background noise. Then before it was rough to understand because it kept missing parts of what you were saying. Apparently, Tan, you're gonna have an uphill battle today because so many people in chat are like, I pulled up the donation link immediately to give Tan disadvantage.
I am aware. See, when you're a forever DM, you make enemies.
Hey, true.
Yeah, that's a mood.
For a real quick about me, if anyone hasn't met me before, I am a streamer on Twitch. I have recently started doing tabletop RPG streams, but I've been a player for many years. Playing for like probably 7 or 8 years, DMing for probably about a year now. And I DM a Call of Another Deep campaign. I am a player in a homebrew campaign over on twitch.tv/Dungeon Select. I'm also about to be a part of a Candela Obscura miniseries. I'm in a Witchlight campaign. I may have overcommitted for the next few months. I'm learning that I'm approaching is there such a thing as too much tabletop RPG? But I still maintain that the limit does not exist, and I'm finding that out.
If you're not doing tabletop twice a day, every day, you're not doing enough tabletop.
I was supposed to be doing it twice a day today, but I messaged the other group, was like, listen, guys, I don't think after this, I'm going to be physically capable. So, alrighty. And can we hear more about the charity? Yes. Steve, feel free to jump in here because you know more about it than I do. I believe it's a charity that is about improving the duration and quality of life of when children have to stay in hospitals for extended periods of time. So helping get like toys, resources, helping just like improve the environment for them. Because of course hospitals are pretty shit. So let's try and make it less shit, especially when you're fighting an illness. So, but Steve can elaborate if there's more you'd like to add, or I am incorrect. Let me hit up the Tiltify link and then I'll find out.
Yeah, I'm here to do the same.
That was perfect. Great. Wonderful. Yeah. Deliver happiness to seriously ill kids and their families. You're going to clip it to use during games? Oh, God.
Wow.
I don't know if it was that good of an explanation. All right. Without further ado, we're going to jump into our adventure. And hopefully, again, Steve is doing a lot of work putting this all together. At some point, the big black box next to us should show the virtual tabletop we are using. It should be visual aids. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
What's in the box? It won't really matter. I almost debated doing this where just using the virtual tabletop just for players, and for our lovely audience, it would just be theater of the mind, because Steve has so much to monitor streaming this and setting this up, and also only has one physical monitor at his disposal. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try and make it work, make it happen. Okay, so the background for this adventure was every year during the winter solstice. So that's also what time of year it is. Isle of Lions censorship of the cat butthole.
It's like, this is on Twitch. That's against TOS. Can't show that here.
So every year during the winter solstice, Zorana Adulare holds a grand gala in Paliset Hall, her palatial retreat in the Feywild. The characters are hired to infiltrate the gala and steal something from its host. All right. So this will start. You've all been called to a tavern set in this. Actually, no, you technically go there later. So it's that you've been given coordinates. You've been given like a campsite in the woods that you all were told to arrive at from someone that you all know and trust. This would be your handler. Her name is Mira, because all of our characters are part of an organization called the Golden Vault. An organization that is all about the ends justify the means is basically their whole mentality, and they are somewhat of a thieves guild, somewhat of like historians, antiquarians, all about is there an object that is dangerous? Is there something that shouldn't be in the hands, magical or otherwise, of general public? If so, it should be removed and it should be put somewhere safe. And very much, again, ends justify the means. They do not care about the legality of how they remove said object. Not that they are a bad organization. They just, they care about their mission. And they also care about not harming people. That's the only caveat to the ends justify the means, but please avoid physical harm of innocence. So all of our characters are members of this guild, and they all received coordinates to meet at this camp in the woods, and this location. In a very boreal forest kind of vibe. So like lots of like pines. And again, it's winter solstice, so it's pretty chilly out. Your breath is visible in front of you. And you all come to a campsite and you start to see each other. I would say March and Marmalade arrive together and are probably first to get there. And then did we decide Mason and Theodomar that you guys also were kind of like a pair that had worked together in the past, correct?
This whole job is Mason's review.
Yeah. So then the next pair, March and Marmalade would see another pair arrive, and then shortly followed by Maxius. If you want to describe what you guys physically see, like what your character looks like, starting with Marmalade.
Yeah. Marmalade is a pretty average height, orange tabaxi, who has decided to go whole hog on his namesake and dress in also all orange. A mix of things that you traditionally see a monk wear, like kind of robe-looking stuff, as well as a mix of bardy things. No jingling bells or anything like that, as he finds that to be a stereotype. But, just that kind of flash and flare along with it.
Is that a stereotype about cats or a stereotype about bards?
Both.
Oh. And then March, since you are his companion, describe your character.
Okay,
what they see physically.
March is also an animal folk, but not a cat. Probably the first and most noticeable thing you see are the long, floppy rabbit ears, as he is a brown-furred Harangon, wearing his most comfortable traveling clothes and robes that are all frayed down at the ankles with his big rabbit feet because he refuses to wear shoes.
Wonderful.
Is he small or medium size?
That's a good question. I don't remember. Am I small or am I medium?
So I know your inspiration would be small, but Harangon, I think, are medium. Okay, you are small. Rabbit.
I am small.
So Marmalade is the taller of the two.
Rabbit.
For
yeah,
sure.
I come up to about Marmalade's waist when we're standing.
The ears come up to my chest.
Yeah.
And Steve, if you're not recording, it's because the VOD will save, I'm assuming. So you can always just break up the VOD into parts, so don't worry about it. I would say, to save you also the resources of your computer. Just use the bot.
That's fair.
So then
March Hare and Garfield. I like that description. March Hare and Garfield.
March Hare and Garfield. Well, the inspiration Johnny set for not so much for physically, but some of the aspects of the character was the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. So I pictured that rabbit in Garfield.
You're right on the money.
All right, and so when you see Mason and Theodomar walk up, starting with Theodomar, what do they see? What do you physically look like?
So you'd see this elf, but looks way older than an elf would like traditionally look. Has clearly seen a few centuries as an elf, and has kind of like cleanly swept like silvery blonde hair, like brushed back going to the side, and he has this weird mark like right underneath like his neck going down. You can't really tell what it is because you don't have the whole look on it. And beyond that, he's wearing a very nice, like noble-looking, like suit. He just very blacks, whites, and silvers going along like the suit, and he has like I'll say like where the tie would be. There's a little like gem encrusted onto the like base of the tie.
Ooh, fancy.
Yep.
Love it. And Mason, what does your character physically look like?
I hope my mic cooperates this time.
It does?
Oh, lovely. So, just Mason has a pretty plain garb, pretty mouse garb, very short hair. The first that I noticed about him is that he's wearing pretty uncommon shoes, which look pretty much like modern sports shoes, which he acquired from some travel salesman, along with mismatching socks, I'm so sorry. He's been shadowing your mama, looking pretty nervous about Soul Endeavor, trying to look around and gather information, but also trying to say close to people who actually have experience.
All right. I got some of that because again, as we said, it started out fine and then had some issues. But I got some of the vibe, and I was reading some of the captions to piece it together. So
that's what I was doing.
So we have captions as backup.
First is I hear my echo for some reason. I don't even know why, and that's kind of like putting me off.
Maybe I don't know if it would help. Could you get closer to your mic? I don't know if that would help at all, but.
Let's try to figure out.
Are other people hearing an echo?
Like, function out.
I'm not hearing an echo. I'm just hearing it's almost like it only takes like a syllable of each word. It's just very.
It goes like.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about now?
I'm not sure.
Been deceived before.
Yeah, because when you started describing your character, you said, "I hope my mic works," and that was crystal clear. And then all of a sudden, the mic heard you and was like, "No." So, do I think it's Video Ninja? I have no idea.
We'll try to manage somehow. I don't know what to do.
No idea. It may end up being who knows? We may just have to use captions to help fill in some gaps. We'll see. Or maybe it'll just fix itself while we play something. Or you could try changing if you have another option, like if you have like a headset mic and you're using a USB mic or vice versa and you want to swap it. I'm not sure.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hoping this one is better. This is a different.
Oh, that's
okay.
Better.
Okay.
Okay, stick with that one, and hopefully, fingers crossed, consistency.
Hopefully.
And then, last but not least, arriving on his own, what does the group see, Maxius, as you walk up to this seemingly like a formerly used campsite in the woods?
So Maxius is very much a fluffy silhouette. Like he's a Goliath, so standing quite tall, like over 6 feet. He's got this like very fluffy hair that almost comes out like a cloud around him, and it's like this mossy green. Most of the outfit is all greens of pastel hues and some blues and yellows. And his skin isn't quite typical of a Goliath in that it's like a pale jade green. and the tattoos that are typically on a Goliath glow with a phosphorescent kind of yellow, kind of reminiscent of a firefly's glow. And there's also a small pseudo-dragon familiar that flutters around him with the coloration and kind of patterning of a Luna moth. And it just kind of like flutters about until it lands on his shoulder, and he nuzzles noses with it, and the two of them approach quite gracefully.
Nice. And Denny did some like quick character art and it looked really cool, but it's on Discord and we can't have access to Discord right now because Discord is down. So I would put it in above VTT, but I can't get to it. So, but maybe Denny will post it on Twitter later, and if you're interested or something, you could check it out. And you should follow him and the Dicely crew there anyway. Okay. So that is what you guys see. You all have a sense that they must be a part of this organization you work with. So it's not like you're not alarmed seeing strangers walk up. It doesn't necessarily mean you're immediately like chummy or buddy-buddy with one another. If you are, maybe that's up to you. But I would say there is an inherent, you at least know you're all here for the same purpose, and you wouldn't be immediately like on edge, backs up at the arrival of any of these individuals. As soon as Maxius arrives, there is like a tree stump in this campsite, and it's like as soon as the last of you arrives, you see some golden shimmer start to appear on top of the tree stump, and then a golden music box appears, seemingly out of nowhere. Theodomar, as the most experienced and longest standing member of the group, you immediately know what to do with this. You were given a key from your handler Mira before you left. And you now seemingly understand what she gave it to you for. Because the music box does appear to be locked.
Yeah. I'll kind of see everyone approaching and just give like a knowing nod, like, yeah, we're all on the same page. And I'm just going to walk over with the key and just open up the music box.
Okay. As soon as you open it, the lid pops open, and inside there doesn't seem to be like a figure or anything that would normally be in there. It just seems like an opulent box, and you do see kind of like some gears, and it's like you can see the inner workings of the box once it's open, but you all hear sound start to emanate from the box, and it is a familiar voice. It is the voice of your handler, Mira. Greetings, operatives. A magical diamond called a shard solitaire is known to contain an unstable extra-dimensional rift. Its owner, Zorana Adulare, is a retired adventurer. Her husband, Eliphas, used to work for us, the Golden Vault. He suspects that an evil force has somehow entered the stone and is using it to control Zorana. He has asked the Golden Vault to steal the stone from Paliset Hall, where he and Zorana host their annual gala celebrating the winter solstice. This quest, should you choose to undertake, requires you to obtain the shard solitaire without harming Zorana, Eliphas, or their guests. You will be approached shortly by a messenger named Feifel, who has your invitations to the gala and directions to Paliset Hall, which is in the Feywild. Good luck, operatives. And after that, the music box, it almost like seems to lose a little bit of its luster, and the gears stop turning. It's still gold and shiny, but it definitely seems like it's no longer magical to those of you that have a sense for the arcane.
Ooh, very mysterious.
That's definitely one way to get a message across.
Could have been part of the briefing, but fair enough.
This meeting could have been an email.
You say the strangest things, my friend. What is email?
I'm not entirely sure.
It just came to you, eh?
One of those things that comes to me from outside of time.
Fair enough.
That would stand for Eldritch Mail.
Hey!
I would not know anything about this. I have no patron.
So,
Theodore starts sweating.
So I was like, unless there is more discussion amongst the characters you'd like to have, because it would be about, I'd say, 15-ish or so minutes till this referenced person, Feifel, shows up. So is there anything that you wanted to say in that time?
I suppose introductions are in order. My name is Marmalade, and this, and he points to March, is my friend March.
Hi!
Pleasure to meet you all.
Hello.
Hello. names.
Hello.
Theodema. Theo works as well.
Nice to meet you, Theo. You seem to know what you're doing. Have you been around the block a couple times?
Yeah, that's one way to put it for certain. And like you see, like elvish wrinkles just crease further. And by the way, the message we got, did the message specify like one of them was a member of the Golden Vault as well?
Her husband was a former
Yeah.
member, so it's a husband and wife that are hosting this gala. The shard solitaire, the diamond, belongs to the wife, but the husband contacted the vault, having formerly worked with them, because he is concerned that something is wrong.
I see. Cool. Yeah. In that case, I'll just look over to Mason and just be like,
Hello. I just like keep repeating that to every single person.
Hello.
yeah. I just like kind of look over, just sigh, like. Make sure you stay close. How
So
many
while
galas
you're-
have you been to?
Oh, good question. Well, while you're chatting and introducing yourselves, so you, who has the highest? Normally, I have this written down, and I wouldn't ask but again, been sick, couldn't prepare as much yesterday. Who has the highest passive perception of all of you?
That's a great question.
Probably
I'm
not.
at a 16.
Okay,
Let's say
anyone
higher
higher
than
than
mine.
16? Okay, so March, you'll be the first to notice, probably from your very large rabbit ears. Rather than see, you hear like twigs snapping. You just hear someone who isn't necessarily bothering to hide their footfalls in the forest coming up to you, and you turn and look and see a satyr walking out of the woods, who is walking towards you. And is a lanky satyr with dark curly hair pulled into a small bun and golden eyes alight with excitement. He wears a maroon tunic over which are slung various belts and bulging leather pouches. Rolled tubes of parchment jut from his haversack, and his pockets jingle and clank as he walks. Salutations, he says with a clumsy salute as he catches some papers that fall out of his bag from just the physical moving up to wave at you.
Hello.
Hello, Satyr. Are we expecting you?
I believe so. Yes, my name is Feifel. I was sent by our associates. Yes.
We were
Yes.
made aware of your oncoming presence, yes.
Okay, perfect. Then these are for you. Reaches into the haversack as just stuff just falls out the whole time he's like getting stuff. He's very just very disorganized and disheveled, and just beladen with many papers and objects. And he reaches in and he takes out 5 pale blue envelopes and hands you each one. The envelopes are cool to the touch, and if you bring them close, if you start examine them close to your face, they also smell like a crisp winter morning.
Ah, lovely.
These will get you in to the gala. These are the invitations from Madame Zorana. You will need them. Do not lose them. You will not be allowed in without an invitation, and that would make your life much harder.
You see Mason licking them like.
Pardon?
You see Mason just licking them.
Oh, you're licking it. Oh God! It's like
Alright then.
I don't know if you should do that. Although it does have a bit of a spearmint taste to it as you lick it. It's like I don't know if you want to do that. I don't know. I don't think it would affect the invitation, but also there's a lot of stuff in my bag. I don't know what that's touched. I don't know. You might not want to do that.
I'm just shaking my head the entire time.
I look down at
And-
March and I say, and I thought you were disorganized.
And then as he says that, he's like, "Oh, right, yes, that reminds me." And he takes out a tube, like a scroll tube, and uncorks it with his teeth, and takes out the scroll inside, unrolls it, and it says, and he's just reading aloud from it. It says, "I, Eliphas Adulare, have sent my esteemed messenger, Feifel Emberhoof, that's me, to lead you to the shores of Loch Winnis, so that you may cross into the Feywild with great haste. The winter solstice is nearly upon us, and I fear evil forces are as well. My wife, the Archmage Zorana, has not been herself of late. I believe something or someone is controlling her through a magic diamond, which she acquired many years ago on one of her adventures. Zorana had it fitted into a necklace, which she wears on special occasions. A few days ago, she removed the necklace from our vault and wore it for a dress fitting. Since then, she has been uncharacteristically cruel to the household staff. When I confronted her, she dismissed me out of hand, clutched the necklace, and uttered something in a dreadful language I've never heard her speak before. All her warmth is gone. When I look into her eyes, I see a cold and spiteful woman staring back at me. I want you to steal the necklace, which Zorana now refuses to remove. I can't safely do it myself. Fifel will give you invitations to our Winter Solstice Gala at Paliset Hall. There will be other guests to distract Zorana while you figure out a way to remove the necklace. Once we're rid of the necklace, Fifel will deliver your reward. And then he's like, oh, yes, reward. Drops that scroll and starts rummaging again, and this time pulls out just what looks like the equivalent of a D&D post-it that was stuck to a book to remember what it, like a little small scrap piece of like parchment.
Of course.
He's like, so as payment, you are entitled to one of the following: a bag of tricks, a figurine that looks like this, and the post on the back has a picture of like a very serpentine-looking owl. Like it's rather kind of elongated compared to a normal owl, and
These seem like very strange rewards.
yeah, or gauntlets of power, or a quiver of a Lona. I don't know who that is. Yeah. So you'll get stuff, and I think the vault will probably pay you too.
And pray tell, how valuable are these items if, say, we don't wish to keep them?
Well, magic items tend to go for a pretty penny from what I've heard. I don't get out a lot. I spend a lot of time in the archives, so
I couldn't tell.
but I've heard they fetch a pretty penny. So
what's a penny?
It's like a copper, but slang term. Feywild term.
This makes sense.
Feywild.
Excellent. Good save.
I just look over at Marmalade. I'm like, I'll buy them off you.
So I need to ask, do you accept the terms?
Yeah.
I think that this is something we can do. We're pretty
says
new.
no,
We should
adventure
probably still, prove our worth here.
Yeah, and I mean, we're already here.
Okay, perfect. If you come with me, I'll lead you to Loch Winnis. That is where the crossing to the Feywild is. It's just be a little bit of travel time, but we should get there pretty shortly. Okay. We have to walk. I don't have a cart or anything.
Well, lead on then, strange satyr.
Alrighty. So it's like a few hours, because it's the morning when you got here, and you would probably arrive there at like around like 11ish in the a.m. You would arrive at Loch Winnis, so you have a little bit of travel time. If there is anything you would like to do or discuss during your travel time, let me know. If whether it's talking to Fifel, if you want to talk amongst yourselves, you want to do some planning for your heist.
I will need to get up here in a minute to give something to my mom, and then
all good.
So this is a perfect time for that.
Cool. I'll look at the others and just say, well, taking a necklace off of someone wearing it without killing them complicates things.
I mean, it seems like a very simple lift job for, someone of your experience, or my deft fingers.
Well, the problem is, if this person is the host, most eyes are going to be on this person. And
True.
We don't really know exactly what kind of interplane of magic this necklace has to twist someone the way it did.
And if, considering that they were an archmage, if something has taken control of them, that must be something quite powerful. And as Maxius speaks, like, you get the sense of like honeyed words just like seeping into your brain, so there's some enhancedness in their speech.
These are all fair points. Perhaps we could whip up some kind of fake. Feifel, do you happen to know what this necklace looks like?
Yes, hold on. I have a sketch. And rummaging through the bag again, but has to stop and stand still because starts dropping things, so has to stand still to pick up what he drops and put back into it. And he pulls out a sketch, which I swore I saw a sketch in the book, but then it wasn't available to me on D&D Beyond or above VTT, so I might just have to hold up this book right now and show you. So not great for everyone, but try not to look at the text. Don't look at any of it. That's what the necklace looks like.
Oh, that's where the loot is.
Okay.
So very large, like teardrop shaped diamond pendant that is surrounded by smaller diamonds, and then the chain is like a double row of smaller diamonds as well.
I'll just minor illusion in my hand the same necklace.
Yeah, the only part of it that is magical is like the shard solitaire that you're talking about is the teardrop part. Every other part of the necklace, like the chain, the smaller diamonds, are just regular diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
There we go, it's done.
And as he's sketching it, Feifel says, it has a very fascinating story, actually. Rumor has it, how the rift got inside the necklace is someone dropped Heward's handy haversack, like mine here, that had a bunch of jewels in it inside a bag of holding, and it was like a whole pocket dimension in a pocket dimension and unstable magic thing. And then when they took the diamond back out and the haversack back out, it now had the rift contained inside. It's like it trapped part of the rift it went to in the necklace. It's really cool.
Lovely. Well, thank you for the sketch. That could be useful. A minor illusion can go a long way.
If it's an archmage, they'll know if a magical necklace isn't on them anymore.
True, but if we can get it off them for just long enough without them noticing, perhaps the influence will be gone from them.
So, what's the plan? Do we knock this person out without killing them? Do we...
I think that if at all possible, we should avoid physical conflict.
Quick correction. I'm sorry, he's looking at his notes. So those actually aren't... The chain and what's around it are not diamonds, it's platinum. So the only diamond is the shard. The rest of the necklace is platinum. Sorry. My handwriting is...
metal?
I'm pretty sure the instructions said not to harm either of the hosts or the guests.
As I said,
that is correct.
Much is correct.
Something tells me heating the necklace up would be in violation of that.
Makes the fire that we created as a suggestion.
we can probably...
puts away the fire that he created. Yeah, basically. Oh wait, you didn't. This is bad. Oh, whoops. I love
Puts the lit Molotov back in the bag.
Yeah, it's like Mason is literally just actively like making Molotovs while you're having this conversation to store in a bag for later.
I'm just like passively helping on the side while having this conversation.
Like they're not lit, but he's prepping
Yeah.
them, so all he requires the spark.
But essentially, then I think options are either we do something to essentially dim the candles, turn the lights off, swipe the necklace in that moment, or the harming, create a situation where perhaps she has to remove the necklace for some time, though that seems unlikely.
What was the name of the satyr again?
Feifel. Fifel.
Feifel, are you aware of a itinerary of events? Perhaps there might be an opportune time in which we could best enact.
As far as I know, there aren't any planned events. I don't get invited, you see. So I've never been. But it's not like there's we have like dancing at this time, dinner at this time. It's more just there's a ballroom and there's music the whole time. There is a banquet room where you can go and grab food when you want, but there's no formal sit down dinner. I believe the only thing I can think of is at midnight There might be like a fireworks show of some kind or some sort of light show. But that's about it. The rest of it's just kind of open party. I do have here, and it pulls out like a little notebook, like a little journal, and says that invited guests are from a combination of the Feywild and the material plane, and that you are allowed to bring weapons and wear armor as fashion accessories.
As we already are.
But you won't have to. You won't have to remove them. You can
I
go
see.
in as is.
Though removing them could be the entertainment.
Well, that's your call, I guess.
Spicy.
There's nothing like dropping about 20 different daggers from hidden pockets to really entertain a crowd.
Just thinking of the Lord of the Rings scene.
Yeah,
also going into,
literally, just pulling, like... Then I'm gonna be, you won't part an old man with his suit, would you?
As you're asking about that, he's like, "Oh, here, I'll give you this might help." And he starts to sketch out on a blank piece of paper like a rough map of which one did I call it? Hold on, I need to look at my scenes here. He starts to sketch out a rough map of Paliset Hall. There we go. This is the one that he gives you. So your above VTT should change, and you should see the rough map he draws for you. Hopefully.
Okay.
So you would all, or someone can keep this in your possession if you would like.
For sure. Can I also just like make copies of this since I have proficiency in forgery kit?
Sure, you got time. You got travel time.
Yeah.
I would just say roll for me a unless you want to stop walking and like do it sitting still. If you want to try and do it while continuing to travel, I'll make you roll for me to see how good it is. But if you want to stop and sit still, then
I could offer assistance as I am also proficient.
There you go.
But mine will be like a horrible rendition of it.
You're gonna try and draw one, but it'll be a horrible version. You just sketch your own, and you're like, I don't need one, and Mason just has their own, and it looks like awful.
Yeah.
Stick drawing. No, you know what it is? It's like the proportions are all wrong. It's still like ground floor, second floor, but yours looks like, so other than the proportions being all wrong, the bedrooms are too big on Mason's map, and there is like slightly lewd stick figure drawings in the bedrooms on Mason's map. From what I know of your character's inspiration and origins. We'll say. Alright, so eventually you will reach Loch Winnis. Before we get there, is there anything else? Any other discussion or prep work that you want to do? You'll still have time once you get there because the crossing opens at like sundown. So you'll still have the afternoon at this little town. But if there's anything you want to do before reaching the town, let me know.
Cool.
Did everyone remember their fancy clothes?
I'm
already wearing them.
Fifel goes, if you needed a touch-up, or if you didn't, there is a tailor who specializes in gala attire at the town where we're going. So if you wanted to tweak any of your outfits, because it seems like some of you came very prepared, which is excellent. But if you needed to do any customization, or if you maybe wanted new ones, there is a tailor shop in town that I hear does pretty good custom work.
Alrighty.
I probably won't take up on that offer because I'm just setting on a disguise self if I need to. So like I can't have my clothes be messed with.
Also, Lion, while you're gone, you now have Fifel sketched out a map of the manor for you, so that's what you can see on above VTT. And Theo and Maxius have made copies for everyone, so you all have a copy of this in your possession now.
Cool.
All right. So then,
I've now taken a photo of it for later.
That's what I just did.
So you start to see the tree line is beginning to thin out. You can see a bit more light coming through up ahead, and you can also smell fresh water. And as you break the tree line, you see the very small town of Loch Winnis, which is both the name of the lake itself and the very small hamlet next to the lake. Nestled in the highlands is a quaint hamlet, its cottages and shops idyllically situated between a thick, snow-dusted evergreen forest and a dark lake with icy shores. A wharf stands where the village meets the water. And this town is small, like 5 or 6 buildings total, like very small hamlet. It seems like it's all businesses. There's no residences because it must be like people come here when this event happens, and it's like it's only populated like 6 or 7 times a year, and then people go off to where they actually live and stay year round, kind of thing. The things that you can see in Loch Winnis, there is an inn/tavern, of course, called the Auberge Aurore, in like very elaborate flowy script. Like the sign looks a lot fancier than like your bog standard like wooden tavern, but they're trying. You see the tailor shop that Feifel mentioned, called Core's Cloths, and it's spelled Core is Khorr, and then Cloths is Kloths because of his name. And then there are the docks. There are 1 or 2 other buildings that seem like almost more like storage or overflow for like the tavern or for the thing. Like they kind of look like they could be residences, but you don't get the sense that they're lived in that often. And then there is, next to the wharf, someone has set up just like a stall, like a table booth, and there's a sign above that says gala attire, just like very hastily written, like someone taking advantage of, oh, there's gonna be a bunch of foot traffic here, quick, throw up a stall, make some money.
Oh, I have got to check out that store. I'm sure he has great prices.
And there are people milling around, so you assume these people who are also going to the gala, because many of them are dressed fancy. There are also people going in and out of the tailor shop, seemingly getting their outfits ready and put together. And is there anything else I need to tell you? Let me just double check. And yeah, so it's most people that are, all the people that are working here and like running the few small businesses and stuff that are there do not seem like they are going to go to the gala, because they're in very like homespun, just like practical clothing kind of thing. So it's pretty apparent who's going and who's not based on just the attire in general. So yeah, you have I'd say a few hours till sundown, and you know the crossing happens at sundown. So you have time to kill. You can either chill in the tavern until then, you could do some shopping, you could do whatever you would like.
I want to do some scouting, essentially. Like,
sure.
You know, if we see the hall, like, you know, just get an idea on guard postings, movements. I can also send my familiar out to kind of like scout around and come back and just report what, you know, since we have a rough sketch of the map, like what places look guarded out of the rooms mentioned, what are the exits looking like, stuff like that.
Well, the house is not here. You're still in the material plane.
Okay, it's still on the other end.
Yeah, at sundown, all you've been told is that this is where the crossing is. You do not know much about how that crossing is going to happen yet.
I see.
But all you know is you have to wait till sundown, and it, in theory, will be very obvious how you get to the Feywild from here. But yeah, Paliset Hall is not here.
Okay.
Well, I think that these old rags could use an update. I will go talk to the tailor.
Alrighty.
I would like to come with you.
Well, let us go, my friend.
So he looks very, very busy, but you see behind the counter measuring some clients, and there are some, there's like a halfling and an elf that seem to be working just like tills, like just doing transactions. The tailor behind the counter, who you see doing some measurements on people and has some like sewing tools, seem to be like magically working, like it's almost like very Disney movie, like there's like needles sewing fabric all by themselves kind of thing and stuff like that, while he is dealing with the clients. But the owner and tailor in the shop is a bugbear, which, for anyone who doesn't know what those look like, they're very tall, like bipedal humanoids. They're covered in fur. Or the bear part of it. They have very like elongated, pointy ears, and they do have like fangs that tend to stick out, almost like half-orc style at any given time. And he is wearing immaculately tailored, like plum purple suit for his very large and like atypical frame. And you get the sense that he went into tailoring because finding clothes for him that fit, unless he made them himself, would have been really difficult.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yep. And so as you enter the store, like a little bell rings over the door, and he's like, "Yes, I'll be with you in a moment. Please take a seat in the waiting area." And there are some benches off to one side with some spots on them. Some people are also waiting.
Well then, I guess I'll take a seat then. What a fine dressed fellow. I look at March and I say, I was going to go with more orange, but he's inspired me. I think I'm going to go purple. And I swear, if anybody makes a joke about the peanut butter and jelly, I will lose my mind.
Damn, you took the joke right out of my brain. How did you know I was thinking that?
Because, friend, we have traveled long enough. I know. But I expect it from someone else who does not know.
All right. As he's finishing up with the customer that is back there, there are like one or two people ahead of yourselves before he finally gets to you. But comes over and is like, "Oh, hello. Oh, well, normally the people that come to my shop are less finely dressed when they arrive. But do you need a repair or an alteration?"
Well, as I was telling my friend when I came in, I was initially going to just do this with a touch-up and add maybe some gold lining. But you, my finely dressed fellow, you have inspired me.
Oh, thank you. He like preens a little bit, like, oh, yes.
I would like something close to this, but more regal and in purple. A nice, deep, rich violet.
Okay, and you seem like a very physical fellow. How much freedom of movement do we need in this garment? Do we need to be unrestricted, or can it be a little more structured?
That is a good question. I do like to be comfortable. Let's go for something with a little bit more movement.
I have a thought. Hold on. And he runs back and he makes basically, you know how think Elizabethan era, and how like they would do the thing where like the slashes in clothes for more fabric to come through, because it was like a sign of wealth. Like, I can afford to cut the fabric I'm wearing and have even more fabric coming through. But for you, instead of other fabric, it's like your orange fur. So he makes like a tail, like a suit jacket with tails kind of thing, and like a waistcoat to wear under it. But there are both like slits where you would need them for movement so that you can freely move your arms and your legs, but then also the slits allow your orange fur to like come out, and it complements with the shade of purple that he's chosen.
Ooh.
It's like how does and the buttons on the waistcoat are gold, because you mentioned gold.
It's like you took it right out of my brain. I love it.
Wonderful. Well, that'll be 20 gold pieces, please. Which you should have. I think I gave you all either like 200 or 300 golds to start, because I was like, you can't be looking like paupers going to a fancy gala. You got to keep your cover. So
I have 0 gold.
Well, you should have.
You should have gold to my inventory. So
you all should have. We'll say 250 gold.
Okay.
So now you're spending 20.
Easy money. Cool. And how about for you, my friend? Would you like anything new for this gala?
You feel like my robes. Oh, okay. Yes, I would like some new clothes, please.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm sorry, we're going to something nice. I can't be associated with
everyone here is going something nice. You're going to the gala at Paliset Hall. That's the only reason anyone is here. So I got you. It's literally not a secret. It's literally the only reason there's people in town.
Oh, I thought you were saying this is you, not as your character.
No, this is the tailor. Like, everybody knows, sir. It's
yes. I was not saying this as a secret for you. I was saying this for you as Laura. Like, shh, I know, I'm aware.
I got you. Okay.
I would like some clothes that I can still jump in.
Okay.
And obviously they have to be small.
Yes, of course.
And maybe a hat that my ears can go through.
The top hat Make it a top hat, please.
Oh, we can do that. We can do that. So yeah, you will color choices.
As many colors as possible.
Okay. I'm
Bold.
excited. So the top hat, he's like, of course, you're still going to a gala, gotta be fancy. The top hat is black and tall when there are rooms around the band where the band meets like the hat part for your ears to come through. But what makes it rainbow is rather than like typically it's like the red ribbon or like the red band of fabric around the base of it, that is rainbow and color shifting. And it's like an iridescent fabric, like as the light hits it, it changes color. So it's like,
I like
it looks
the glittery.
Yeah, it looks one color, but then every time you move or like the direction of light changes, it kind of changes in an iridescent way. And then you also get a little jacket and a waistcoat, and the waistcoat has a little space for a pocket watch to like go in and connect so you can see the chain. And again the coat is very just like dark black fabric, classy, but the waistcoat has a similar iridescent, not completely fabric, but like it's like there's a pattern to it, and the pattern has that same iridescent thing. So it appears maybe like a solid, understated, like charcoal gray, but then when light hits it, there is some sort of pattern that lights up, and that also rainbowy, iridescent vibe that the brim of your hat does. Also,
definitely no shoes.
No shoes.
No shoes.
Also, I picture you and Marmalade both, because in jacket, coat, hat, you're both like Winnie the Poohing it, kind of, basically. There's no pants involved right now, because you're animals, you're furry.
Can I have some pants that go down to my knees?
You can have pants if you want pants, yes. He'll make you some pants.
You look
It might be it's a little bit cold. Yeah, and then did you say 20 gold?
Yes, no matter what the outfit is, it's a flat rate of 20 gold for either alterations or new clothing. Because he's so busy, he's like, I don't have time to do the crazy pricing, and it's just a flat markup of just all work today is 20 gold.
Nice.
Excellent.
How much gold did we have?
You should all start with 250.
250. Good.
See, don't you feel much better? We're not going to stick out like never mind, like a sore thumb.
Yeah, now I just need to find space in all the pockets for all of my stuff. Just hastily.
Sure that
there will be
like,
plenty. There will be
scrolls and stuff
plenty
into
of pockets if you requested pockets. There's plenty.
Yes.
There's pockets in the pants. There's pockets in the waistcoat. There's pockets in the lining of your jacket. Like he made pockets.
Nice coat. Thanks. It has pockets.
Well, thank you so much for your services, Core. We will be
You're
going now.
very welcome. Very welcome. Yep. Just keep an eye on the lake at sundown. You'll be good to go.
Excellent. And I leave.
Anyone
Yeah,
else?
now do we
like
go to the beige aura?
Auberge Aurore?
Since the hall is in here, I'll just try to like scout out if I see any of the other party goers kind of also waiting.
Yes.
Ooh,
So
I'll join you on that.
roll.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, there's so many people everywhere. Like, you see a lot. But I would say each of you who are looking at other people, roll me a d8 for me.
Sure.
And I will tell you who sticks out to you.
7.
7? Alright, so you see, they stick up to you because they seem to be the ones that they're dressed in clothes that clearly are like, we're supposed to be going somewhere fancy, but they are the least fancy of anyone who is wearing these clothes. And then they also have instruments on their person. So you see an elf singer with some other elven musicians that seem to be following her around. Presumably, you guess that they are the musical entertainment for the gala. And you're wondering, it makes you wonder how they got the gig, because they do not look as opulent as everything else you've heard about this gala would be.
Yeah. I'll just like walk up to them and.
Oh, hold on. Retcon.
Yeah.
I lied. You see one person who looks like she's awkwardly carrying the instruments. And then roll a insight check for me.
Insight.
Still an elf in those like fancy but maybe very worn fancy. Like, all right, she only has one fancy set of clothes. This is it, and they've seen a lot of use.
Not amazing. 13.
Okay. You get the sense that she is not necessarily. She looks awkward with the instruments she's carrying around.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure why.
Yeah, kind of approach and if if like Mason or Max is like either of them are there, they like notice a very like clear shift in his tone now that like they're in public, and like just walking up like, oh, do you need some help with that?
What? No, it's fine. It's just, I'm waiting for my two other bandmates, and I just don't think they've arrived yet. But it's fine. They'll be here eventually.
You're performing then at the hall.
Yes. My name is Yalara. I am a singer, and the instrument she has like a lute and like a drum hanging kind of like off of, like, both have like carrying straps attached to them, and she's like one going this way, one going this way, and they're kind of like bumping into each other from time to time.
I just look at the struggle and since she was like, oh, I don't need help, like I don't like go to help, instead just not go, oh, nice to meet you, name's Theo, I'll be at the party, I look forward to you and your bandmates' music, I suppose.
Thank you. Yes, should be a wonderful evening. And she looks to go into the tavern to sit down, just to have a place to put the instruments down while she waits. And then Maxius, you also were looking through the crowd?
Yes, I rolled an 8.
Okay. You catch, because they are one of the few of this, or they're the only ones so far you've spotted of this race, but you catch a tiefling because the horns stand out to you in the crowd. And it's a tiefling wearing horn-rimmed spectacles, and like navy blue kind of like suit ensemble. But yeah, just a bespectacled tiefling who only seems out of place just because you haven't clocked other tieflings yet. But there is such a variety of other races, like that, it still doesn't seem that weird. Like there's, again, you saw like the bugbear working the shop, there's other satyrs like Feifel, there's dwarves, elves, gnomes, there's also like more out there, and there's lots of other those like animal humanoid races, like there's another Harengon, March isn't the only one and stuff. So there is a very big mixture of people around, but only this seems to be the only tiefling you can see at the moment.
All right, I would like to approach them. Good evening. I couldn't help but notice you. Despite this quite diverse crowd, you seem to have stuck out with me. My name is Jade. I'm, of course, lying.
Let's see.
I really hope that was to the audience and not
yes,
you
to the
saying
audience.
to the person, I'm lying.
I'm lying.
I'm really good at deception, so even me telling you this, you won't see through it.
Okay, roll a deception check, and I'll compare it to his insight check.
All right. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so you're gonna figure out the whole shtick of my character right now. I rolled a 4. I got a 22 in deception.
Good lord.
I cannot roll lower than a 10.
So the only way you're failing any deception check is a natural one, basically. Oh, we had a $10 donation at some point. So I don't know when it happened, but it's happening right now. As you introduce yourself, we have our first wild magic surge. Let's see how this helps you.
Uh-oh.
With your
in the table.
Are we using the custom table?
Yeah, we are. All right, here we go. That is a 15 on the percentile dice. So nothing seems to happen immediately. You introduce yourself, and the person goes, hello, Jade, my name is Metal. And you, after hearing his voice once, you somehow inherently now know you can perfectly imitate this person's voice for the next 24 hours. Don't ask me how you know. You just know. You can tell. That he has. I can't do it, but he has such a unique like inflection and a way of speaking and a pace and a cadence to his speaking that like catches your ear, and you're just like, "Oh, that's interesting," and it's very unique.
That's going to be very helpful. Yeah, I happened to notice you amongst the crowd, and I was just curious as to who you are, and just make some friendly banter.
Well, I am a guest like yourself, so friend of the Adulares. It's my 3rd year attending. I did some work with Zorana a while back. Kept in touch. Yourself?
Oh, this first time. I've heard so much about these balls, but I've never. This is the first year I've been invited, so. Now listen here, I see you laughing. Do not take that out of context.
Uh-oh.
I can't believe you've
Rip
done
someone.
this.
Nano Bridger gifted a tier 1 sub to Lorak 483. They have
sad.
given 14 gift subs in the channel.
It's fine. The thing with Video Ninja, and part of the perk of using it, is our cameras aren't affected because it's different than window capturing things. So when Johnny comes back, everything will be fine. There we go.
There he is.
Awesome.
Sorry,
Yeah, that's one of the perks of Video
happened
Ninja,
there.
because the way Video Ninja works is every camera is its own unique browser source, and so the size of it, nothing is changed when someone drops or turns the camera off or something. Yeah.
Wow.
So if someone disconnects, the overlay won't go screwy, unlike when I'm like my streams and I'm window capturing everyone on Discord and then the cameras resize. Anyways. Back to adventure.
But yes, I myself am I've not personally done any work, but you might have heard of me for some musical feats, and via a mage hand pull a lute off of my back, because I didn't describe this up to this point, but my sleeves go way past my hands and just droop, so you never see them. So I basically do.
You're like that weird You're like that weird, creepy One Piece character with the sleeves that go like down to here.
Yeah, I do everything with mage hand essentially, and the mage hand brings the lute out in front of me and strums.
Oh, lovely. Well, do you happen to be with that elven woman? She had various instruments. It seemed she was missing some bandmates. Are you with her?
No, I was not invited for the purpose of the band, but I assume if you haven't heard of me, well then, that speaks for itself. What type of work did you say that you helped them with?
We took down a coven of witches together, or hags, I guess, back in the day.
Witches. Well, that nasty business.
Well, the life of an adventurer, where there's gold, where there's jobs, you go. That was the job, and she'd already started to garner a rather reputation at that point, so I figured it was going to be a pretty safe job. She'd have my back.
So I reckon the two of you then were very close.
That was only the job. That was the only job we did together. But it was enough that we kept in touch. Say like you know that family distant cousin you have, where you might not talk for a while, but you still keep in touch when you do see each other again. It's like no time has passed and it's fun, but you also aren't the best at, your daily correspondence.
Well, that is fair. I will continue mingling. It was a pleasure meeting you, Metal.
Yes, pleasure meeting you too, Jade.
Can I make an insight check? Are they also lying to me about their name?
Make an insight check.
I don't know. You've stolen their voice. Do you feel like they're lying?
Well, this one's not going to go as well. That's going to be a 9.
9? No, you don't feel like they're lying to you about their voice. They seem on the up and up. They seem just like a little bit guarded just because they're just maybe not the most like extroverted person, and they're here again because they're here for a friend. But it's just the way an introvert would be at having to deal with a lot of new people all at once, not because they are lying to you.
Right. All right. Fair enough. Then I will take my leave.
All right. Is there anything else any other party members would like to do while you wait for sundown? No? Cool. So as it's getting close to sundown, Feifel finds you all again. Says, my friends, here's where I take my leave. By my lord's orders, I'm going to remain at the Auberge Aurore Inn right here. I'll be waiting for you when the party's over. Or when you get back.
What if
And
we
he,
need
like-
to beat a hasty retreat and we can't make it back here?
Oh, well, the portal that is going to take you there will stay open until the party ends. So anyone can leave at any time.
Okay.
Useful.
That's very useful.
Yep. And you start to see guests are gathering now towards the wharf that juts out into the lake. These must be people who've gone before. They know something. Some people don't, it seems. But that is where the crowd is starting to gather.
Well, my friends, if there's nothing else, let us join the crowd.
Yes.
I think
Right.
that's wise.
So when, as you head over there, when the last sliver of sun dips below the horizon, a silver glow emanates from deep within the water of the lake, and distant music and laughter drift through the air. 2 wolves as big as horses materialize out of thin air at the end of the dock. They have snow-white fur and eyes as cold and blue as glacial ice. As they walk slowly down the dock, one of them says, in common, "Honored guests, the Lady and Lord of Paliset Hall eagerly await your presence. Once your invitation has been validated, please walk to the end of the dock and jump into the water." The other wolf reassures any first-time guests, while Loch Winnis's gateway is open, you will find the water neither cold nor wet.
Marmalade still takes a look at the water and just goes,
Welcome back, Johnny. What you just missed is lake has started glowing. 2 wolves the size of horses have appeared and started talking, and I've told everyone, once your invitation has been validated, to step into the lake from the wharf, and it will be neither cold nor wet. So a line starts to form on the dock, and the line goes to the wolves at the end. So you guys take your place in line. You're far back enough. That stall that was set up next to the wharf, the guy is like desperately now seeing everyone's about to leave. Like it's a half orc guy tending the stall, and he's just like hawking his wares. And it seems to be all things that are about like helping one make a good impression at a gala. So it's things like there seem to be some fragrances, there seem to be some jewelry and accessories, there's some pairs of shoes, and there are some flasks on the table.
I see the flasks and I walk
Yeah,
up to him and I
same.
say, what do you have in there, my friend?
Well, the flasks are empty, but they are perfect to bring to the party and to have, like, top up yourself and have around you while you're going. And they make a great souvenir. He holds one up, and on one side, it has an engraving of Paliset Hall, and it has today's date. On the other side, it says, "I was there." So it's like little souvenir flasks.
It's the merch stand.
It's the merch stand.
Anything magical?
Oh, yes. And he holds up a pair of shoes that is left on the table. They are slightly heeled, not like a stiletto or like a more stereotypically feminine heel, but like a bit of a thicker heel on like a patent leather shoe. Looks very nice. And it says, "These are my, I call them dancing shoes. And they will help improve your dancing ability," which, of course, for a gala, very important. Don't want to embarrass yourself on the dance floor, do you?
I don't have detect magic, but can I
I have detect magic.
Okay.
The shoes are indeed magical if you use detect magic, yes.
Fair enough.
If we have like a minute here, I'll grab one pair for sure.
Oh, perfect. That'll be 10 gold, please.
10 gold.
I do not think I need help with dancing, but thank you
So
for the look at your
what the
wear.
dancing shoes do when you're wearing them, you can add a d4 to any performance-based roll that is for dancing.
That's amazing
There
for
you
me.
You have two
Specifically
left
for
feet?
dancing. Like if your performance for like singing or something, it wouldn't count. Dancing specifically.
That's amazing for me.
The line starts to inch forward, so you will be out of the way of his stall shortly. So last call for anyone else who wanted to check out anything else on the table.
Mason would grab like a couple of flasks, hoping to use them for his other purposes later on.
Grab a couple of what?
Flasks.
Table?
Flasks.
Oh, flasks. You want to buy some flasks? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
The flasks are 5 gold each. So how many would you like to buy?
I'll get to it.
Okay, go for it. Again, this guy, like, the prices are clearly like, you know, like tourist trap merchy prices. Like, they're not like a flask in no way should cost you 5 gold. But
No,
it says
they've
I
got a
was
picture
there.
on it.
Like,
That's
come
crazy.
on. Yeah,
That's
it's a picture
not
of
merchy
Paliset
at
Hall
all.
on one side, and on the
You're
other side
paying
it
for
says
the
I was
brand.
there.
The brand, yes. Where's my Supreme branded merch, huh?
Yeah, right. All right. So as you get closer, you notice the wolves are inspecting everyone's invitations. So you'll need to have your invitations out.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get up there, they'll check your invitation. It'll all look good. Those of you, I would say, all of you. So Maxius and March and Theo, you notice being fairly Arcana adept yourselves. You notice as they're checking the invitation, they are casting a spell on it that's revealing an invisible magic watermark, so they know it's authentic. And each of you present your invitation, and they'll go ahead and just like gesture you to the end of the dock. So the wharf ends, and the water that is right at the end of the dock has a silver glow coming from that water, and you can hear like the sounds of music and laughter seemingly coming up from the water there.
Okay.
We'll
Tally
jump in.
ho.
Yeah.
So Maxius and Theo are the first to jump in. You see them like step off the end of the dock. There is no splash, there is no sound, and they just seemingly disappear into the silvery glow.
Marmalade looks at March and he says, March, I need you to do me a favor.
Well, that depends on the favor.
I need you to kick me in.
Push.
I can do that.
Thank you. There's
Right,
no
so
way
you-
I can go myself.
You push Marmalade in there.
Yep. I fully just give him a boot with my big old hair feet.
Yep.
Ooh.
And then hop in after him. And I'm assuming
100%,
Mason
yeah.
follows.
I try and do like a proper like hop in the air, like fancy dive into it.
Yeah.
Sick,
Mason-
bro.
What were you saying, Mason?
I think
Slash
Mason's
Naina?
gonna cannonball.
Yes, cannonball. I love it. All right, just cannonballs in, yells something as you do. Alrighty. So as you step off and the portal, you appear, as they said, neither cold nor wet, perfectly dry, and you land on your feet in the courtyard of Paliset Hall. And so this crossing, you see it when people are done coming in, it's like the whole like silvery circle like fades to just like a faint silver glow in that area, but it reopens if someone needs to use it until the end of the party, basically. So you can get back at any time. Paliset Hall is the Winter Palace of Zorana and Eliphas Adulare. It is situated in a peaceful meadow between snow-covered mountains and a mist-shrouded forest of evergreen trees. Winter's cool touch greets you as you arrive, although there is no harsh wind. It's more just like that general like brisk quality to the air. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else from the outside you immediately notice. Yes.
I guess that wasn't so bad. Thank you, March.
I will kick you anytime, Marmalade.
Even if I don't ask for it.
Especially when you don't ask for it.
Especially when you don't.
Should we make our way inside, or looks at Teo? Did you want to take a look around?
I think with guests, let's stay looking like guests.
Excellent. And then he starts walking towards the front door.
Yeah.
All
Same.
right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna shift to this map. Now, most of this will be covered up in fog for you guys. You should only be able to see the courtyard down at the bottom left of the map, and you can zoom in and like change your own map as needed. The view on the stream is just going to be the big thing. So stream as the player view. So all those black squares stream, I will reveal as they become appropriate as the DM. Our players are down right now. The captions are just above them, but that's where the courtyard is. But it's fine. And yeah, there's a lovely fountain, steps to the manor. And you stand in a fountain of illusory water on a cobblestone patio. Colorful globes of light bob in the air, dancing in time with the stars that blink on the twilight horizon. The patio leads to a grand 2-story palace, its walls as white as fresh fallen snow. The dark roof shimmers with the colors of an aurora. So almost similar to the iridescent, shimmery nature of March's outfit. You kind of match the building. The crystal snowflakes decorate the windows, and music wafts through the palace's open doorway. And you will see 4 more of those wolves, like the ones that you saw. Oh, wait, no, they're already visible. Huh, I thought they were hidden. They're not. So yeah, those 4 tokens are 4 more of the winter wolves, like the 2 that you saw on the other side of the crossing. They seem to be, I guess, like security, just in case anyone got through that seems sketchy or shouldn't be here. After welcoming guests to the gala, the wolves insist on checking invitations once more before allowing anyone into the palace. So you can just pick whatever wolf doesn't have a person in front of it and go up to them. And now I'm going to put your tokens in here so you can move them around as needed. So there's
just a heads up,
Masons.
Wolves and rabbits don't really get along.
They're very well behaved. They're not going to do anything to you. So Marmalade.
Do not worry, my friend. We will go together.
I'm just missing. There we go, Theo.
The combination of cats and dogs and rabbits and dogs should be excellent.
So all your tokens should be in there now. Theo and March, both of yours are the first. You just have to hover over your token and read the name just to make sure it's yours that you're moving around.
Mine's the one with 67 hit points.
That's true. Yours is the one with less hit points, and Theo's is the one with 93 hit points. So as we move through the manor, you can move your tokens, and I'll just reveal like rooms as you go into them. But basically we're just using this so you can keep track of where you're moving about through the manor. Remember where you are, and you know roughly already the layout of what rooms are where because of the map that Fivefold gave you. They're more just hidden here for the grand reveal of maybe a slightly more decorated interior than what he drew, obviously, when you get there. And eventually, the 2 wolves that were on the material plane side of the portal also appear, and they come through, so that tells you that all the guests must be on this side. You guys are close to the back of the line anyway.
We are surrounded.
I believe it's what they call a target-rich environment.
Uh-oh.
So whenever you'd like, you can make your way into the front foyer.
Yeah.
See, Marsh, that wasn't so bad. Thank you, kind wolf. We'll be taking our leave now.
There we go. The foyer has been revealed to you. So the front doors of the palace are made of stained glass with silvery fractal patterns. Garlands of frost wind around 2 spiral alabaster staircases in the grand foyer, and flakes of magical snow fall from the icicle-covered ceiling, disappearing as they touch the floor. The guests mill about idly chatting. And there also seem to be like ice sculptures along like the... Like there's on these little like pedestals that are like jutting out from the wall, and there's ice sculptures of various Feywild creatures.
Mm-hmm. Heavens above, this place is immaculate. Gorgeous.
It is very beautiful in here. Though I'm glad I bundled up.
Yes,
I'm just a bit
it
brisk,
seems
isn't
the theme of the party is like winter. It is a winter solstice, also like in the time of year anyway. So they've gone real heavy into the winter theme.
He was just like looking at the statues and hoping we don't run into any of these things inside.
Are the staircases blocked off, or are they opened up to people?
The staircases, I do believe, are open. Yep. They lead to the upper floor and balcony.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I think I will check out what is upstairs then.
All right. So that staircase, let me check my DM map real quick. That leads to...
I'll keep Marmalade in line
Okay,
of sight.
that's where you are. So in that case...
Oh, is everybody
Marmalade.
coming? Excellent. The more the merrier.
I will move you to where you are. So you're on the upper floor now. Reveal.
Very mild panic and letting you go anywhere alone.
So
I'm a trustworthy cat.
So who's going with Marmalade upstairs?
Yes.
I know better than to let him go anywhere by himself.
All right, you can move your tokens around the area specifically. I'm just putting you all up there. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I'm sensing a distinct lack of trust, my friends. I will change that in time.
I'm gonna follow around you.
Oh, Johnny, are we trying to move your token at the same time? Is that what's happening?
I can't even see my token anymore.
Yeah, yours
I
is
don't
up
know
in
where you put
the
it.
corner of the map, and I'm trying to move it. Every time I try and move it, it doesn't
Oh, it
want
is
to
up
play
there.
nicely. Like, why
Weird.
can't I move it more than like 2 feet at a time? Hello? Well, that's not annoying at all. Whatever. He's slowly getting there.
I am only allowed to be off the map.
What? Okay, I can't. Okay, I can't do anything. It's you're just teleporting all around this place. Anyway.
Marsh.
In
Wait,
true
get the
wizard
necklace!
fashion.
Yep. So, you are on a balcony. Let me just reveal a little more for you here. Reveal this this hallway. And it opens out to a balcony, and this balcony overlooks the ballroom and the dance floor. If you go out to where that, like, you see that curved edge on the map is.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are two openings, like two kind of doorways on the left and right there in the hallway. This balcony which overlooks the ballroom is enclosed by an alabaster balustrade that has gold leaf reindeer for balusters. And it's about 20 feet down to the, like, the drop would be 20 feet down to the ballroom. And there are some guests just mingling here, like, looking down to the ballroom, like the ones that's like, I don't want to be dancing, but I want to be, like, adjacent to where the bulk of activity would be at any given time, kind of thing. So there's guests.
So, viewing
mingling.
gallery kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Very casually try to get towards the kitchen.
Pardon?
Can I casually try to get towards the kitchen?
You want to find the kitchen? Yeah, on your map. So that's back downstairs. Would you go back downstairs and, like, leave the rest of the party?
Oh, never mind. So, my map is wrong, and character's map would also be wrong. So I would be looking for it on the first floor.
You're looking for the kitchen
Yes.
upstairs?
Yes.
All right, you can just wander through. You can just go around rooms then.
I just turned to see Mason like, wait. Oh, god damn it.
Yep.
I have completed
You're like, oh, son of a
using
bitch.
that and drawn up. I will be doing that.
Well then, which direction do you go in first? Do you go back downstairs, or there's those doors, one to the left, one to the right?
Yeah, token.
You want to go in there? Okay. So then, let me reveal this for you. So we'll say that's where you went.
Occasionally noting things down in a pad. Just,
Yep. So you have oh wait, never mind. You actually try and get there. Where you actually are is here. You're like at the doorway to that room. You go to open it and it is locked.
Okay. Just walk back.
So you go back with the party.
While we are all here, before we break, perhaps we should come up with some kind of plan.
Plan? Yes, I would agree.
Slowly, more lights up. Is that it?
Meow. Meow. Meow.
I'm sorry.
Meow.
I'm really trying to understand what you're saying. It is not want to do it for us though.
You know what happened?
Have to start typing.
So
slowly takes out a Molotov.
I'm just like, no.
Yeah, Theo's like, not yet, no.
oh, is that what you pulled out?
Yeah.
What is in that strange bottle?
Let's save that for if our initial plan fails, which is...
And also, this should probably be someplace that's a bit more private.
Yeah, Mason replied when you said, what's in that bottle? Mason replied, oh, it's a solution to most of my problems.
I don't know if I like the sound of that, but okay. Yes.
Essentially, like, I'm assuming there's like party sound happening.
Yes,
there's
there's music coming from the ballroom beneath you. There are guests mingling around. No one seems to be paying too much attention to you yet.
like just with a low tone, just like, what are we doing?
Everybody gather close.
Maxius, as you are the one closest to the balcony, make a perception check for me.
I like watching both of your tokens just literally take an inch forward.
Yeah, just fucking drift all across the map. Stay put.
Just
Not
a
even
little
like
meter
a
here.
square, like half a square here and
Yep.
there, just in a random direction.
Just like slightly tilting here and there, you know, swaying with the music.
Dancing.
We're all fidgeting.
And what was your perception check result?
Maxius.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that was.
Yes, that was you. I apologize.
I'm like, I didn't initiate action.
Yeah, I saw you looking at the screen like,
21.
21. Okay, you will notice. You'll look down into the ballroom, and you do see Zorana is down there, seemingly mingling with guests, dancing occasionally with people.
Well, I think first step is to find Zorana, which I have now completed. Down in the ballroom, and I'll just like subtly point her out.
Yep. She looks like that like the picture on the cover of the adventure was her, I believe. She is a tall elf with purple skin and long, pale white hair that is done in an updo for the party. Wearing a silvery gown embroidered with crystalline ferns and carnelian holly berries, and it has a very low neckline to show off her necklace that you are here for.
that gem is rather fetching.
Also, that outfit is rather convenient.
I
So-
think our second step should be finding the husband.
I agree. Perhaps
Is
not all of us. Some of us can go find him, and then others can go investigate the house. Maybe talk to some staff.
What I would propose is if we can find out where the husband is and if they aren't in the same vicinity, I can perhaps make it seem like her husband is beckoning her to a less crowded room where we can deal with the necklace promptly.
True.
After a minute of looking down, you do see her husband is not in the ballroom with her.
If nothing else, we'll keep that in our back pocket. There's probably a schedule to this affair, so maybe there's a more opportune time. So I propose that, again, we split into at least teams of two. One to find the husband, and then another to...
Yes, with 5
look
of
around.
us.
Well, at least.
I said at least two. Yes, thank you, Maxius. Theo, you're so detail-oriented.
Someone has to be.
Fair enough. And it seems like you have your hands full with that Mason fellow.
Just like a deep sigh. Also, looking down at the ballroom, do I see any doors?
No. You see those two marks on the map that look like they might be doors, like, and all those are actually like large floor-to-ceiling windows.
Oh.
The only entrance in and out is directly underneath you, like through the main doors.
So, like, even staff and all are like everyone's traffic is from the same doorway, essentially.
For now, yes. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception.
Not bad with my shit perception. 19.
Ooh.
Okay. You have to like crane your head, kind of like like go over to see them because you're standing directly on top of them. There are actually, I lied, 2 more doors. That there's like the main big entrance, and then there are 2 smaller doors, one to the left of it, one to the right of it, and a little ways spaced off. But they don't, and they're just like single person like doors, whereas the opening to get to it is not even a door, it's just like a hallway that opens up into it from the main floor.
And any of these doorways or this vicinity, like guards of any kind?
Not that you can see.
I convey all of this to everyone very like subtly.
Well, based on what I remember of the map, there's a kitchen downstairs that might be good to find a butler or something to talk to. Not sure.
I'm
where
excited.
to be. What's that?
I'm thinking I'm immediately.
I think Mason wanted to go to the kitchens earlier, so probably excited. Yeah, immediately excited at the mention of kitchen.
Yes, it seems to be downstairs on the western portion of the house, next to the banquet hall. The husband might be in the study, which I think is actually right over here.
Yes,
Well,
so the study is that lower door of the 2 doorways in that hallway, but it is locked. So if you go and try the door, it do be locked right now.
Okay.
So before that, I come back a little bit. So who would like to go where? I take it that Mason, you're headed straight for the kitchen, aren't you?
Yep. Although Mason just disconnected, I think, so they'll be back. But yes, they were earlier seemed very interested in going to the kitchen multiple times, so that's probably where they would go.
Fair.
Or he. Mason's pronouns, his character, or he, him, I think.
So,
Yeah.
I would like to attempt to find the husband, and I think I will try this study first. Who would like to come with?
I don't.
And you can't
mind.
all raise your hands.
If the door is locked, I would offer to help. But yeah.
I might suggest first knocking, since the husband might be a contact. I will go downstairs to the kitchen as... Well, it seems fitting that I should speak to anybody who isn't on our payroll, so to say.
Fair
I am
enough.
very persuasive.
Indeed. Bosh, I take it you're
I'm
coming with
convinced.
me?
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
So, that leaves 3 of us up here to check on the husband, and the 2 of you to go downstairs. Let's say in half an hour, we try and meet back in the main hall.
Sounds good. And don't worry, Teo, I will take good care of Mason.
Let me know if there are any mishaps along the way.
Also, we might need to, before you go to the next rooms, I need to resend some pixel chat links, because some people seem to have it disconnected from it. It's not a you thing, it's a pixel chat thing, and occasionally that happens.
Oh, it works
So-
for me, so that's okay.
I think mine.
Lion and Naina are still connected, but everyone else, and I'm connected, but everyone else has seemingly disappeared. So, one at a time. Tan,
Question.
we'll start with you. Yes?
Can you guys hear me better now?
Yes.
Yes.
It was the video thing. I just refreshed and it fixed itself.
Refresh. We can hear
I
you.
should have just done it
Yay!
from the beginning.
We're
It's
getting
good.
full sentences. It's amazing.
It's good.
Glad to
The
hear
heist
ya.
hasn't fully started yet.
It
It's
was
good.
so
We fixed
annoying.
it.
I would hear my echo and I could not, I could hear that I was not making complete sentences.
So, Tan, that pixel chat link in the chat's for you, if you can reconnect.
Okay. This is. We here.
Yeah, great. All right, Denny, this next one will be for you. Perfect. And then Johnny, this one's yours. And then we should be good.
check 1, 2, see if it comes up on the stream.
Yep.
Sweet.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think mine is up now. Yeah, I see my subtitles.
Also, at any point, by the way, because we're past like 2 hours-ish in, if anyone needs a break, just let me know. If you need like a bio break, a leg stretch break, snack, hydrate, whatever. I'm just gonna keep going until a break is requested, is the plan. Just because one shot's always like time is so, you never know if you're gonna go over or not. But don't feel like you're slowing things down if you need a break. Yes, Johnny?
I was actually gonna ask if I could quickly go for one, but as we're splitting into groups, if you just want to do the other group while I do.
Okay, that could work. And then if you're not in the group we're currently doing, you could also use this as a bio break, leg stretch break. Yep. So which group then is so?
I was in the upstairs group.
Yeah. Okay, so we're doing Team Kitchens right now.
Yes, Team Kitchens.
Team Kitchen. So that is Mason and Maxius, our Team Kitchen.
Yeah.
All right. I'll move your tokens back downstairs, and then you can move them around as you. Oh wait, that's not the right one. I moved Marmalade. Whoops. Here we go. All right.
What's that? We found Marmalade in the kitchen?
Shocker. All right, so both your tokens are back you've gone back downstairs to the foyer, and from your maps, make sure you remember where to go. Move your tokens the direction you want to go, and I will reveal things for you.
I don't see my token downstairs.
Yeah, all of a sudden it just got yeeted upstairs again. Why is that? I wonder if it's because you can't go into the hidden fog.
Ah, there we go.
Oh well, I'll go ahead and reveal all this, and just don't like.
If there's one thing my character remembers, it's where the food is.
It's where the food was.
Food.
Perfect. All right, so you have to actually get there though. This is not a door. This is like a little dead end hallway.
Oh.
You have to go through. You see that little door there that goes into the banquet room, like with the tables. So you have to go through there and then through there to the kitchen.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So yeah, like this is the door. Where's the ping? I can ping things. This is the door you can go in to get to this room, and then from there you go in this door to get to the kitchen.
Does it look unlocked?
These are not locked, no.
Okay.
So when you first get into that room with all the tables, as you would go through there first to get to the kitchen, you see 2 long mahogany tables are piled high with sugared plums, decadent gingerbreads, and glazed meats. 2 sprites flutter near them, encouraging guests to sample the food. So those 2 little tokens you see are 2 little sprites flying around, being like servers, hosts.
I've accidentally entered the darkness again.
There you go. I've entered.
Thanks.
Obviously, like, your tokens look a little bit big for that. Just imagine there is space for you around and in between the tables. Don't worry about the size so much.
Fair.
So, unless you want to interact with the sprites or eat any of the food, you can go through the doorway to the kitchen.
Hello. Just wave at both of them.
Oh, hello. Help yourself to any of the foods on the table. Everything is delicious.
Oh,
Marvelous.
Lovely. Gonna pick
Greatly
up what is near me.
Hope you're enjoying your time here.
Oh, yes.
I will
Lovely.
Via Mage Hand pocket one of the sugar plums.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm just making your
I'll also
tokens
pick up,
smaller
like,
to
a
make
couple
them
of things.
adjust to the room better.
Whatever I can gather in my hands and just take them, eat it.
Yep. All right, so you fill your pockets with some glazed meats and some plum pudding, some gingerbread cookies, all sorts of yummy things. So yeah, the kitchen door is to your left there.
Right. Shall we make our way there?
Well,
So as you get to the kitchen door, the scent of herbs and the clatter of pots fill this very busy and crowded kitchen. Amid the satyr and pixie cooks stands a much taller figure with pale, knotted, bark-like skin. Her glassy black eyes survey the kitchen's staff with piercing sternness. So you would presume she is like the head of the kitchen? Head cook, head chef? And it's the figure that's right in front of Maxius. That's the head chef right there. The one above
so
her,
cool.
that token is the satyr. and there's another satyr down at the very bottom there, and then there's the three little ones are pixies. So there's 2 satyrs, 3 pixies, and a dryad head chef.
As I step into the room, good evening. I was looking to converse with whoever's the head of the kitchen.
That would be me, but I don't know why. It's not my party you're here to attend. And she's like talking to you and answering you, but she's very much not making eye contact because she's just like surveying all the staff and making sure like everything is perfect. She seems a bit like clipped manner of speaking, a bit brisk because she's like, what the fuck are you doing here? But she's not being like overtly hostile, I'd say. Right.
Can I make an insight check as to like if I'm going to discuss like if I'm going to confide in her with like we're here to help make your job better because we heard you've been getting shat on? Could I gauge if she's like going to tattle on me if I decide to start that conversation?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Sure thing. That's really good. That's going to be a 23.
All right, she is like literally gonna entertain you for like a minute, and after that, she is gonna demand you leave the kitchen or go rat you out to. She very much looks like she has the speak to my manager vibe face on, aka the head of staff of the household in this context. So you sense you have a very, very limited amount of time before she kicks you out or tattles on you that you're in the kitchen.
All right, so I'll make this quick. I am here to. We've heard that there's something going on with the lady of the house, and we are here to help. We've heard that she's been cruel of late.
Make a persuasion check. Before you roll that, Mason, what are you doing while this is happening?
I'm literally eating the food that I grabbed off of tables, just like looking at both of them, nodding my head. That's
You're making persuasion with disadvantage because she's like, Mason is out here hindering your progress, and she's like, you are eating my fucking ingredients.
Oh, you think disadvantage is gonna stop me?
I'm sure it's not, but you're doing it anyway.
Guess what? I rolled a 1 on 1 dice. Guess what my result is?
It's like 20.
20, yeah.
Hey! But it's still
your food is lovely.
What? Are we playing with that? Oh no!
Yeah, we're still playing with crit fail.
You have one weakness.
I think there should be no like unless something's really easy, like it's a really given task. I think there shouldn't be a way like it's impossible for me to fail. There should always be a chance of failure. Otherwise,
I'm fine with it.
is not. So, she's like, "Oh, you think she's cruel? Wait till you see this." And then, like, in Elvish, yells, "Get out of my kitchen," and takes a wooden spoon and eats it at you.
All right. We are retreating. Spoons. My weakness.
Like, if you rolled a natural 2,
running
you still
out.
would have been fine because your modifier is so good, but literally the only way is a nat 1. And don't forget, chat, you can give any player at any time, advantage or disadvantage, try and get those critical fails or successes with your charity donations.
Run!
Mason, do you also leave the kitchen when
Yeah,
asked?
I'm running.
Okay. You're
but
running. You
since
took
I
the
was yelled at in Elvish, I would just reply like, "Yeah, we're leaving." But instead of Elvish, I'm gonna use Dwarvish because my character does not recognize the difference between languages, even though he knows all the languages.
I love that.
We're leaving.
That's so funny. All right. And then as you're leaving, you just hear the head cook yell back at the pixies, "What are you staring at? This isn't a break. Back to work. Back to work. We have hungry guests." So clearly it's a high-stress environment in that room.
I'm gonna grab at least one other sweet thing while running out.
Sure. Roll a d4 for me, Mason.
Okay. Just a 1d.
Just a 1?
No. I haven't rolled yet.
Oh.
Okay, that's 2.
You grab 2 pastries on your way out, so you can
Lovely.
put 2
Perfect.
like 2 pastries in your inventory if you'd like. Being kicked out of the kitchen, you're back in that banquet room with the long tables, is where your tokens would be. Do we want to cut to the other group and then come back. So those that are team upstairs.
Yeah, that sounds
who wanted
good.
into that study.
Team upstairs, people.
So who is trying to get into the study, and how are you doing so with the locked door?
Are we knocking or not?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I think that we should knock first. Indeed.
Fine.
Is anybody in there?
You wait a minute, and the doorway to the other door that is right there and next to you opens up, and her husband Eliphas answers the door and is like, "Yes, excuse me, who's there?"
Oh,
But
hello.
a different door opens, right?
Yeah, so see, I moved his token there now.
Yeah.
So the
Yes.
different door you were knocking on, because he still heard you from in that room, because the doors are pretty close.
Yeah.
You must be Eliphas, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Oh, are you the ones I contacted?
Yes. This is part of us, at least. My name is Marmalade. This is Theo, and my good friend March.
Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. Eliphas Adulare. Pleasure. You'll shake anyone's hand that's there.
I'll shake.
Yep. He is wearing a rich blue coat, and he has a trimmed white beard. Older man. He has like smile lines and wrinkles around his brow and eyes. He says, "Are you looking to escape the crowds? Is that why you're up here?"
No. We were actually hoping to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Of course. Happy to help you. Do you want to come in and sit down while we chat?
Yes, I think that would probably be for the best.
All right. So he will lead you into this room, which you see now is his bedroom. And there are some chairs. As you can see, there's 2 blue chairs you can sit on. The bedroom is spacious and nicely appointed. Oh, this is a guest bedroom. It looks
Indeed.
like... Because it looks like he's been in here. He's been sleeping in here, but it doesn't look very personalized. Like, there aren't people's individual belongings in here. So, like, that's what gives you the vibes. It's a guest room, just, like, nicely decorated for anyone who is using it, rather than this is a specific person's room. Questions? Yes, ask away. Anything to help.
Excellent. First, your home is lovely. This
Thank
is a beautiful affair.
Oh, hold on. As you say that, there's a thing I've been forgetting to do, but it's fine. Okay, no, it's fine.
At all.
It's fine. Continue conversation. Home is lovely.
Okay.
Next.
Can I do
Well-
one thing before we've all like sat down?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Basically, as we're entering, I'll just tap on one of my like cufflinks, and you see like the button just like kind of falls to the ground as we're like walking outside, and it's gonna slowly turn into a tiny little mechanical bird,
Cute!
and I just instruct it while we're inside. If anything bad happens, if there's a sign of trouble, just let me know. Like knock.
Yeah.
And
Noted.
yeah, it's just kind of chilling in the corner, and then we'll sit down. Then yeah,
Cool.
And no one notices a thing.
Nope. Well, there aren't really guests in that little hallway. There are guests in that bigger hallway, the balcony area, but now you're in a part that clearly is like, this is like residential. This isn't really like party going space, so there's no guests in that small hallway. And that's where the bird is staying, I'm guessing, in that.
yeah, like just in a nook out of sight. Yeah.
Questions hit me.
What exactly is the schedule for this evening? Will there be any time in particular that would be best to get your wife alone?
Well, perhaps closer to midnight when we do the fireworks display outside, because everyone is looking up at the sky. No one will be looking at you. I don't say she won't notice. My wife has always been very perceptive, but at least you don't have to worry about the party guests. There'd be a rather obvious and noisy distraction.
But is the viewing happening indoors or outdoors?
It happens in the ballroom because it's through the windows. Like that's why they have those big floor to ceiling massive windows on the north side of the ballroom.
Yeah, it's usually not advisable to set off fireworks indoors.
Yeah, the fireworks are happening outside, but you can see them through the windows.
Exactly. Like, are people moving to a different room? Is what I was checking.
Yeah.
But no, if they're still in the same room, then it's still tricky.
This is true.
I mean, some people go to watch outside, but we also make a point that the viewing experience is just as good in the ballroom. But again, my wife has been acting rather erratic, hence your presence here, so who knows if she'll even be there to watch them.
Would you consider her hostile regarding the topic of the necklace, then?
Absolutely. She has barked my head off anytime I suggested that she should take it off. She's been wearing it for 3 days since her dress fitting.
She loves to put it on display, though, clearly.
Yes, when she's not wearing it, it sits in a display case. Or in other places for safekeeping.
When is she not wearing it?
Well, usually she only wears it for special occasions, and hence taking it out for tonight. And usually she puts it on for the dress fitting, but then takes it off until the party. And this time she's had it on for 3 days.
So there's been no time that it has not been on her person. Excellent.
And you're
As far as I know, she even bathes with the thing.
You're sure it's the necklace and not something to do with the dress or the dress fitting?
I mean, it could be, but at best guess, we've always known part of what makes the gem so known and so coveted is the unstable rift it contains. And I mean, there's only so much time generally I find around anything with unstable in the name. Tends to be safer. Plus, I have been noticing some strange things happening around the home since then. I've seen walls, windows, and doors just transform before my eyes, but then suddenly everything's normal again. It's like almost enough to make me think I'm slowly losing my mind. Like I just kind of like blink, clear my eyes, and all of a sudden everything's fine again. But I swear I saw what I saw.
Would I know if there's any kind of a magical effect in this room or any kind of a spell I would be aware of?
You can make an Arcana check for me.
Sure. And like since we've been sitting and talking, it could be like a. Could I pair that with detect magic, like ritually casting it?
Sure.
Cool. Arcana is decent. 25.
Ooh.
All right. There is nothing magic in the room, but as he says the part about like unstable rifts and stuff, and then you recall what Feifel said about how the necklace was made or how the diamond was made, and it involved like pocket dimensions and astral plane and things, and you know that planar energy, when not in its natural plane or confined, can tend to like warp your surroundings. So, at your best guess, that whatever the energy leaking from it that has corrupted his wife might also be affecting the physical home.
Well, that's good to know. Maybe even the house is on a bit of a timer then.
Well, that doesn't sound very good.
You think this may worsen?
I believe so.
She's been getting crankier and crankier, that's for sure.
Has she physically harmed anybody yet?
Not physically, but she has very, very cutting words, and I'm sure some of our staff are a hair's breadth away from a breakdown. To be honest.
Do you know of any way to break the gem if it needs to be broken? And what would happen if we do?
I would not
advise
recommend.
against it.
Yeah, with your high Arcana check from before, you also know, like, exposing that energy is probably a very poor choice as well.
Unstable rifts are best left contained, as much as they are.
Left off the table. Got it. Don't break it.
No. As far as us actually performing the deed, there is obviously the risk that she becomes aware of her actions. From what I understand, she was an archmage, so it would be useful to know her capabilities. Just, well, if things do get bad, we should know what we're dealing with.
Maybe some kind of sheet that has her spells on it, and maybe how many times she could cast those spells.
Hide her spell book.
Just nothing.
The standard stuff.
I don't ask for much, no. Just an itemized list of capabilities. Maybe even some kind of...
How many times will I have to hit her before she gets knocked out?
How healthy she is, yes. Maybe some kind of block of her attributes and statistics. The dude's just like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry. Haven't been more helpful.
Well, if that is all, yes. I just have one more question.
Yes.
Some of us are good at disguises. Would you be opposed to us taking on your likeness to attempt to distract her in some way?
As long as you don't do anything that would harm my reputation, sure. Don't harm any guests while wearing my visage. Don't do that anyway, but don't harm any guests while wearing my visage. Try not to embarrass me, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, you're here to help, and we all know how our shared community works. The ends justify the means, so you do what you have to. But
I can't believe you've done this.
An anonymous user gifted
We promise we will try not.
Fighter.
Yes, we will try not to harm your reputation. Also, I just saw what it says when someone subs or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Did not expect that.
I was also laughing at that.
Yeah. I have a potentially, maybe slightly metagamey question.
Yes.
In this world, are archmages considered to be of legendary importance?
Maybe not legendary, but some of them are definitely very, very well-known, deeds written about. And Zorana is one of them. I think the thing Metal mentioned, her defeat of the Crestfall Coven was probably one of her most known adventures before she retired.
Okay. In that case, do I get the sense that maybe if I went somewhere quiet and used legend lore, I might be able to get some of the information about her that we're trying to get?
You can try.
And I would like to. Hashtag wizards.
Hashtag wizards.
It does take 10 minutes to cast, though, so I'm going to need somewhere quiet to sit uninterrupted.
Well, you can sit in this guest room with Eliphas uninterrupted.
I was going to say, ask him to use the bathroom.
I mean, he's on the same page as us. It's fine
true.
if we do it here. So.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay.
Yes, Eliphas, if you will watch over me for a moment.
Of course.
I'll need about 10 minutes where I am uninterrupted.
Okay, well, you just have a seat here. And by this time, I'd say Maxius and Mason can have rejoined you and come up from the kitchens and come back here and reunite with your group.
My bird just starts knocking like there's people. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yep. That's your warning that they're coming.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna offer one of the pastries that I lifted from that table to Theo.
Oh,
To me?
nice.
Yeah.
I just look at it. Does it look like raw ingredients?
No, it is a pastry.
Okay,
It
it's a
just looks
pastry.
like the icing and stuff on it's been a bit fucked up and it's a bit squished from sitting in a pocket. But
Oh, they started serving the refreshments already then.
You can walk in
I'm still
there.
munching on one, so I just go,
Can I
However,
insight Mason?
sure.
Like, 22.
Yeah.
I'm like, like just like as a reply to the like nod, and I'm just noting something.
You can walk into the banquet hall, but walking into the kitchen did not end well. So
I would imagine. I think we'll also like catch these two up on what we've planned so far and like discussed. And
Indeed.
And I'll also let them know what I learned from Metal, because I actually forgot to bring that up. So, like, about, the takedown of the Coven.
Okay.
It might be that... Do you have enemies, Eliphas? Or does your wife?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure we have enemies from our adventuring days, or Golden Vault days for me, but I mean... Probably a list as long as my arm, and I wouldn't know any of the names on it. It's just the adventurer life,
Well, that's problematic.
All right. So it seems that we're going to wait to the fireworks, and at that point, attempt to remove the necklace.
I think during fireworks we should still lure her away from the guests if everyone's going to be bundled up together.
Agreed.
I can make an image of Eliphas here to lure her to a side-by room. Maybe make it seem like there's something wrong with the party and she has to come fix it.
Based on what we've been told, yes. Something going wrong seems like something she would want to scream at personally.
And I'll just pull up like a pebble or something, like a tiny thing, and I just like mutter into it, and then when I tap it, it just speaks out a message in Eliphas's voice, essentially like, "Oh, come here," or something like that. Essentially, like, "Oh, something's wrong. I need your help." So
I can assist in that matter as well. As suddenly I shift my form to look like that metal individual from earlier, and perfectly mimic their voice. Apparently.
Oh, well, that is quite the talent.
I don't know who that is, but could be useful.
Someone I've met earlier, and apparently they were adventuring partners. So, at least a little trust there.
Fair enough.
That could help.
Well, March has to finish his ritual, so in the meantime, perhaps there's more that we could investigate and suss out. There might be useful information somewhere.
Like what?
I don't know. Perhaps maybe a journal or something where she's written in it. Some other magical items we could use if things go wrong.
That's a good idea. And also perhaps determining where we should draw her away to when the fireworks occur.
Let's look for an empty room.
Oh wait, we need fireworks? I take out another bottle of...
No, just...
Oh, not yet? Okay.
Not yet.
And
yeah,
Laura, I don't know if you heard me. I referred to Eliphas.
Oh, sorry. It's
okay.
Yes. That if he could watch over March, is that what you asked?
No. Is there a particular place that your wife usually views the fireworks from? Like here on the balcony?
Either the ballroom or the balcony. She tends to vary back. It depends on how social she's feeling, I guess. Given her current state, maybe the balcony, since she's been less chatty than normal.
Well, if we need to, we can drive her to be even less social. Don't worry about it. Maximus, you're looking concerned. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, so please, just call me Maxie.
Maxie? All right, Maxie. I promise, I'm not going to do anything crazy. Just maybe something screeching or shrill.
The only other question I would have for Eliphas is, in the last few days since she put the necklace on, is there any place she has been spending a lot of time besides the party? In the house? Perhaps somewhere even she doesn't want you going.
What are
you doing in my swamp?
Is there time in the house? Well, she spends a fair amount of time in our bedroom and the bathroom connected to it because typically she keeps the necklace in a vault that is hidden beneath a pool of water in our ensuite bathroom, which is guarded by a stone golem, so you'll have to watch out for that. Only she can safely bypass this golem. Again, paranoia. Even I'm
not even you.
No, it has to be her. And only she knows the 3-letter combination. Apparently, what's mine is yours. Marriage didn't extend to the necklace.
Well,
was this set up even before she turned?
Yes. That has always been. The necklace has always been a touchy subject, in general, to be honest. And again, because she stole it from the Crestfall Coven upon their defeat, and I've never been able to really get many details about what went down there. I just assumed there maybe was some trauma. I didn't want to pry, and it hasn't been really a problem until now. But just figured, in the interest of security, the less people that know, and it's true, the less people that know a password, the harder it is for it to be stolen. I can't believe you've done this. Any means. So, if you need to, I will help you. I will help deal with the golem, but I can't get you in to the vault.
We can figure a way out to break into the vault itself. There might be some clues related there. And honestly, it's an unstable item for all you know. She's known about it, and it's only recently slipped out of her control.
True.
Are you sure you're not just doing it for the necklace and whatever's in the vault?
What, that I'm only doing this because I want in her vault?
Yeah?
He's talking to Teo, isn't he?
Me or Eliphas?
No, I'm looking at the
the
husband.
Oh, okay.
I assure you, if that was the case, I would not then ask other people to help me break into it. I just break into it myself. You do know I also used to work for the Golden Vault, right?
So why do you need us to do whatever? What are we here for again?
What do you mean, what are we here for again?
You're here to get
Yeah. I know.
The necklace is bad.
Yes, necklace is bad. Why do you need us since you've worked for the Golden Globe company?
I'm just looking at Tio, just like waiting for him to pull out his notepad.
I have not torn the page off. I'm on the next one.
He's like a driving instructor giving you your exam, like,
Because we're on a time sensitive, like she's been getting worse and worse. I worry that we're running out of time, and more minds makes a task go faster. I don't have endless amount of time at my disposal to suss this out on my own.
Player me would not actually, but character me would like roll insight essentially, just like trying to figure out.
Go for it. Roll an insight check.
I will give you guidance.
This is how you insight someone.
How oh yeah, I have a sheet.
Makes sense for me doing it. So yeah.
What'd you roll?
Yeah, that's a 4. Wouldn't add for guidance.
D4.
Okay.
1 sec. 4. Well, yeah. You definitely. All you're getting is he is judging you heavily, and he's starting to feel kind of like, oh god, like that. Like I'm surrounded by idiots. Like I've asked the wrong people. Oh no, we're fucked. Like that's.
I give
the vibe
him
you're
a
getting.
very knowing pat on the shoulder and just nod. I get it.
welcome to my hell.
Anyway,
what the last month has been for me.
Anyways, we only have, I'd say, about 2 hours or so until firework time. So if you have any plans before, you're gonna want to get to it. If you're waiting till then to steal the necklace, fine. But I hesitate in the interest of time.
Right.
Oh, the bedroom's open. It's just and the bathroom's open. It's just you then try to go to the pool where the vault is in the bathroom. The stone golem, which looks like ornamentation, when it's not being used, will awaken and stop you.
Right. Well,
we
I think I will let you all deal with that potentially. I'm going to go downstairs and work my magic.
Find an empty room downstairs if you can.
Oh, my magic is talking to people. I go.
And by now, March's spell is done. Your 10-minute spell. So remind me what exactly it does. It's like to get lore on Zorana, basically.
Yeah, so name or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. It might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information.
We'll say she's a legendary.
And the more information I already have about a thing, the more precise and detailed the information I get is.
Okay. We'll say, so what you get, other than what you already know, what you gain is, you do remember there's lots of tales about her temperament, and she has never before been, like, considered cruel or harsh or a lot of the things that he's been saying she's been in the 3 days. So you confirmed that's definitely very out of character, very new. One of the things you mentioned in the letter was like she spoke a language I never like heard before, and you know her and her husband are both fairly multilingual from their adventures and time in the Feywild. They're living here, so there be the only languages they probably wouldn't know would be something very, very obscure, something like along the lines of like deep speech, or maybe like one of the more obscure primordial languages. Like that is very odd. And you also know that now that you think about it, because then also Maxius mentioned Metal and the Friend of the Coven, she definitely did that Crestfall Coven mission on her own. She did not have a friend who helped her with that.
Oh,
because that is what she is most known for.
Johnny.
Just went to solo some hags. How could that have gone wrong?
Yeah. Soloed some hags apparently successfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going
fair
to
that they retired
relay all
after
that
but-
information. So she had no friends. Well, no party members. I can't claim whether or not she had friends or not.
Perhaps she knows more
when
from
she took on
nature.
this coven.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Or she had friends, but just felt like that was either
Chose
too
to go
unsafe
alone.
for them,
Yeah.
or chose to go alone.
Yes,
Yeah.
shouldn't we just like talk to her, maybe? Just like change that.
What I gather, bringing the necklace up
What if-
kind of sends her off.
You know, if she has friends, maybe she'll just like not need the thing anymore. What was it? Necklace? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mason.
The player may remembers, Mason does.
Therefore,
Marmalade did not hear any of this. He already zoomed out of the room.
Yeah.
Oh, right, you have gone to talk to her.
oh wait, Marmalade. Since you've
right,
left
you
the
have
room,
gone.
you will notice upon leaving the room. She is now upstairs. She is standing at the balcony, looking down at the guests, seemingly taking a moment away from people to like just have a quiet moment. So if you've already gone downstairs, sure, but you wouldn't. You can retcon that because I change her location at certain intervals, so that would have happened before you left.
Also, I
Is that
actually
what you were forgetting to roll for?
One of the things
Where she has
yes.
moved to.
One of the
I
things,
actually put my token in the darkness.
There you go. I put your token back. So
Thank
you're
you.
upstairs on the balcony. And
I
you
was
see
like,
was never seen again.
My old
that image of the token is obviously not her. She's again purple skinned elven lady, long gray hair, but it's just the generic archmage.
Ew.
That's not what she looks like, I promise.
Ew.
I'm gonna cast.
My
Good
bird
cast
didn't tell me that someone's at the balcony.
No, you're
No one
they're
came your
coming
way.
into
I
that
see, I see.
alcove.
They're
like,
not
not
in
on
the
the balcony.
nut.
There's also
Okay.
still some guests out
Yeah,
there.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast the message cantrip and like quickly relay to Marmalade
What
what
March found
we
out?
just learned from From March, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, you get that message in your head as you notice. Oh shit, she's right there. Marmalade.
Well then. Yeah, I approach from behind and I start with, "This is truly a lovely gala you've thrown, Lady Zavala." What was it?
Zorana. Close enough.
Zorana, I was close.
It's spelled Zorhanna, but the H is
I didn't have my
silent.
notes immediately up, so I was just going for it. But yes, I do have it right in my notes. Lady Zorana. Quite the soiree, I must say.
Thank you. We aim to please. Who are you?
My name is Marmalade. I am an old friend of your husband's.
Well, I assumed he had to be the one to invite you, as I did not recall your face, but clearly you got past the wolves, so you had an invitation.
I did indeed. Did not enjoy my descent into the water, but it wasn't so bad.
Oh, please, you don't even feel a thing.
Yeah, you're correct. As I say, the idea is unpleasant, but this was well worth it, even if I had gotten wet.
Yes, well, be sure to take in the pièce de résistance at midnight, our fireworks show. You can watch from the ballroom or outside, or here, I guess.
Marmalade just kind of gives her once up and down, and then kind of looks at the necklace and says, "I think there's a different piece de résistance in here. That's quite the fetching attire you have on."
Oh, thank you. They worked for many months to make this dress. And I assume you know the story of this.
I do. A witch coven single-handedly. A rather impressive feat, and quite the prize, might I add.
Well, I nearly paid for it with my life, so I would consider this bare minimum what I should have got for that endeavor.
That is fair. Is this the only time you've worn it in public? I don't think I've ever heard of you bringing it out for other events.
You see, now that it's more than just like one passing comment about the necklace, she's starting to get, like, she's dropping a bit of that facade of like polite party host, and just like tension, like there's tension in her jaw and her eyes like narrow ever so slightly. It's like, well, this isn't exactly an everyday accessory, is it?
No, I suppose it is not. My apologies. I did not intend to bring up a touchy subject. I will let you get back to your party. Thank you so much.
And she goes back to, doesn't even really like say a word of parting or address you, just turns back to overseeing the balcony. And she does start to kind of like the way, like I do all the time as an anxious habit, I like play with jewelry when I wear it. She kind of starts to just like fiddle with, or like ever so slightly like stroke the necklace while she's looking over the guests.
Fair.
And as you turn around, you notice it's almost like when you're turning away from her to look, it's for a minute, it's like the big windows, those big glass windows, like you turn away and in your periphery you could swear all of a sudden there were like weird cracks coming out of them, like the cracks in the wall, and the windows started to take on a more angular shape, and then you turn and look back at them and they're back to their round arched shape. The walls are fine, like nothing out of the ordinary, but you swear in the corner of your eye it looked real weird for a second.
That was... never mind. Then I walk away.
And I am going to still continue with my plan to go downstairs now.
Okay. I'll put you back in the foyer, and I'll go ahead and open up a good chunk of downstairs, too, just to make life easier.
Sweet.
There we go. So you are now back in the foyer downstairs.
Cool. Is that message just like a one way, or is that like a link that you use, Max?
It's essentially I send you a message. You can wait. Can you reply? I'm pretty sure you can reply once.
You can reply, but you have to reply quickly, I think.
Okay, so it's probably already over then.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. No problem. I mean, I didn't really glean too terribly much from that anyway. So.
Mason, or not Mason. Marmalade, roll a perception check for me as you come back to the foyer.
God bless America. It's fucking 11.
All right. Yeah, there still just seem to be some guests milling around in the foyer, taking in the art, like the sculptures, the decor. There's probably, let's say there are like nine other guests in the foyer right now.
And I don't happen to see metal anywhere?
You do not.
Okay. Cool. Then I'll just make my way towards the ballroom.
Okay. You can go ahead and put yourself in the ballroom. Are you actively looking for metal, or are you just there to observe?
For now, just kind of here to observe.
Okay. So team upstairs, while he was having that conversation with Zorana and heading back downstairs. What's happening up there?
To the bedroom.
Ayo!
Oh, is that kind of campaign? Okay.
To the master bedroom.
Indeed.
When we leave from the study, is Zorana still on the balcony?
Yes. So if you walk out of there, she is on the balcony.
If I see her, my character would approach.
Her back is to you, by the way. She's looking down. Yes, Mason?
Oh, if I see her, my character would definitely like to approach.
Go for it.
Oh, God.
I am now going to do what I was going to say and reach into like the fluff that is around my outfit and activate the pendant of detect thoughts.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
If I see Mason attempting to approach the lady, could I cast Skill Empowerment on Mason on the way past?
Sure, go for it.
To give them, just to check, you don't already have expertise in deception, right?
Let me. I do not. No.
You do not. Actually, let me check.
I am not proficient in deception.
Just real quick while they're doing that, Laura.
Yes.
It's not a big deal, but the map on stream has not updated.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was just about to tell Steve that, because, yeah, if you want to if Steve just wants to refresh it on his end, because there's, oh, there we go, now the ballroom's revealed again.
Cool.
Let's go.
Cool. All good. All right, so you're
Sorry,
approaching.
I was just double checking how my
I'll also
work.
keep guiding.
The thoughts you
up.
detect, Maxius, are just thoughts like, what does he want? What do they want? I know what they want. They want it. They can't have it. Very like Gollum-esque, precious thoughts about the necklace.
Oh, they want it.
Adorable.
Okay, so you said you don't have proficiency in deception.
No, I don't.
You do have proficiency.
No, I
but
don't.
not
I don't. You're
expertise.
correct.
You don't.
I do not. Okay.
I don't know what skills you have proficiency on because it has to be something you're proficient in which case.
Oh, okay.
Instead, do you have proficiency in insight?
Okay, I'll just mark it out to you, honestly. I have perception, performance, sleight of hand, stealth. I don't think I'll be using any of them for this conversation. Maybe performance, I'm not entirely sure.
In that case, I might cast that on Max instead.
And I'm going to in turn say, go get him, Tiger. And then give you a bardic inspiration.
I'm just giving you guidance, and I am panicking.
Yeah. I reckon give Max expertise and insight.
Okay. And remind me how your
if you're already
wild
proficient. Yes.
remind me how your wild magic things work, Johnny. It's
It's
when you
whenever
use
I
sorcery
use
points.
a sorcery point, and
Okay,
I
cool.
currently
So it
have
hasn't-
not used any
Yeah,
yet.
it's not when you cast. That's
It
what I was
hasn't
checking.
come
It's
up.
not when you cast a spell.
Or we can make it that way if you want.
It's fine.
Yeah, so for the next 1 hour, while I have concentration, Maxi has expertise in insight.
Okay. So
Detecting
Mason,
maps.
you're approaching Zorana.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Like her back is to you, so unless you make yourself known, she will not turn around.
I'm just gonna, like prep myself up, take another swig of the Red Bull version of this universe's drink.
Love
It's
it.
called Crimson Ox.
Crimson Ox.
I do
That's
sort of
incredible.
like a swagger walk towards her, just
I'm
like
stealing that.
I just got that
immediately-
Crimson Ox's Red Bull.
Can I be keeping an eye on this interaction just from like?
Of course, I'm sure all of you are. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're out there. You saw it.
Okay.
So you walk up,
Very
all swag.
slowly, I just like lean on the balcony railing, very gradually shift my gaze towards Zorana, look at her for 10 seconds, and just go, "How you doing?"
How you doing?
10 seconds of silence later.
Roll.
Yeah, but then I'm just staring at her.
Roll me
Pretty good.
a just straight charisma check.
You add a D4 to this.
You have my inspiration, please.
Oh wait, how do I
Flirt
roll?
0.
Oh wow, that's fucking 2. Lovely.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay, I'm gonna use my reaction to use Chronal Shift to make you re-roll that,
Okay.
We're burning everything on this so we don't
and you
die.
have to use the result of the second roll.
Oh,
Okay,
better
reroll.
than that. Okay. And add a 1d4 to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and a
Oh,
bard.
that's a
And
wow.
whatever
Okay,
you-
that's fucking 10.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, you have a D6 if you want to use it.
You
For
have an
bardic
inspiration if you'd like to use it.
Oh, okay.
We're at a 10 so far.
And chat, you can give any player advantage on a roll with a $5
So I just like
donation.
roll the 1d6 and add to it.
Yeah, roll
Yeah.
whatever the d6 is. You add to the total.
Okay.
1 second, let me
I could use it.
donate
Okay, that's a
£5
16 in
to
total.
her.
Yeah.
16.
six?
Very
Three.
nice.
Okay.
With like
16.
a lot of confidence, just like,
Yeah.
how you
With a
doing?
power
She
combined.
turns to look at you, and she's like, "Well, they do say confidence is everything. You might be towing the line of that, but I respect the attempt. Welcome. I've been better.
What ails your mind?
This is exhausting. People are exhausting. I'm
Okay.
over it this year.
I'm gonna casually shift towards her, just like inch towards her. You don't like public interactions, do you?
Not right now.
Would you like to get out of here?
Oh, to where? The master bedroom where me and my husband sleep, or the guest room where my husband is right now, where you just left because you were talking to him?
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
okay,
gonna
wait.
Yep.
I
Council
am-
of Wingmen here.
I am gonna cast Gift of Gab to make her forget that he said that.
Okay.
And make her think he just said, I don't know what to make her think he said instead.
Anything else. Anything else.
Nicer.
Anything else.
You're nerfing
Like-
Mason's
so,
res,
like-
okay?
He
Oh,
said
yes,
goodbye.
Look
Yeah,
at the
using
balls
up
on
all
this guy.
my spell slots. Yeah, what do I make her think he said? Yes, I too struggle with crowds in social engagements like this,
Ah,
and
that's
they
actually
both
good.
think that he said that.
Lovely.
They both think he said that.
Oh, he also would? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well then.
Oh wait, let me
looks like
check.
we're
There's
just-
no save or anything with this.
Mentally, I'm just going, why did I say that?
Nope,
It's
there's
okay.
no save. No save.
that
It
was
just
a choice.
happens.
Well,
I'm
looks like
also
we're
gonna
both
start
in.
walking up now after hearing the prior version of the conversation.
Yeah.
Walking up.
Yeah.
We deflected
Yeah, because
one
you all
arrow.
heard what he said actually, and only
Yeah.
the two
Oh yeah,
of them.
we all remember
that
what he
what was
said
said
and
was
what the
different.
reaction was. Just
Yeah.
that he and she don't.
I look
So-
at March, I'm like, yeah, you deflected one bullet. We still need to go there.
He's like, well, I should get back to my guests. And she starts to walk downstairs.
I'm one of them. I just like say this and walking away.
She's like, yes, you certainly are. And just goes back downstairs. Keeps going.
Don't like that.
I dropped to 0 hit points and I'm dead.
I would like to leave
Murdered
the
by
party. The
words.
portal's still open.
Okay, I'm walking back
March
to the
is
crowd.
starting to develop a headache.
I straight up give you the look and I'm like, first time?
Yes.
Guys, I tried. I don't know why I said the things that I
Well,
did, but
When
you
we
know,
take a job
it's
together...
going well, but then...
No. When we take a job together, different people take on different roles. Your role is to wait until we get to use the bottles, right?
Damn.
Shall we get to the bedroom now?
Yes.
Let's get to the bedroom.
So the bedroom, because you have your little handy player map, is over on this side. It's the door just across the hallway, and this is their master bedroom. Paintings in gilded frames hang on the walls of the spacious, lavishly decorated bedchamber. And the most prominent painting has a creature that kind of resembles a reindeer, but not quite. Like the antlers are just a bit more elaborate. Its body is just a bit more like lean and elongated. It's almost like a Feywild version of a reindeer, just like if a reindeer but better. And it's also, it seems to be, its fur shifts from fur to like leaves that are woven leaves that cover its body, but then like fur on the head. Double check where in the room that painting is on the map. Why won't it tell me? I'm gonna pick a place for it then.
DM, you decide.
Yep. The painting will be hanging in that space in between like the bed and the desk on the map. So like the bottom right corner of the room.
I'll do the same thing I did in the other room. I detect around, especially towards the painting, any magic coming off of it. Is it
The painting is absolutely magic, and as soon as you use the magic, the painting's like, whoa, hey, you could have just asked, and the reindeer creature starts to talk to you. Before you just go around casting random magic in here, you could have just said hello.
Oh, just
The painting.
getting a feel for the room, if anything.
I have a small question. I'm so sorry. My character's just like taking out a small notebook and writing something down. What color was Zorana's eyes?
They were the irises were like a really, really dark purple that almost like it was hard to differentiate the irises from the pupils. But if you looked closely enough, you could tell.
Okay. I'm sorry, just continue. Yeah.
So it's like, this isn't your bedroom.
Yeah, it's my friend's bedroom. He told us we can get away from the crowd here, have a look around. Didn't know anyone else was in here. What's your name?
My name's Oak. Pleasure to meet you. I'd shake your hand, but...
I get it.
Well, honestly, you know what? I'm not even gonna ask questions. I'm just happy to see a friendly face. Because Eliphas has been gone for days. He hadn't been sleeping in here, and she's just become real quiet and real cranky.
What's she been up to? Putting you off? Making you uncomfortable?
Well, normally I help them with the schedule. I, just keep them company. I keep an eye on what's going on in the house. But she doesn't even ask me anymore. It's like she's just very, very absorbed in her own thoughts right now.
What has been going on in the house?
I'll just party prep, and it's been real quiet. Because anyone who just does anything to piss her off just gets a tongue lashing like you wouldn't believe. So, been real quiet and real boring.
All that time you didn't try to strike up a conversation?
Oh, I tried. Nearly got taken down off the wall. So I stopped that.
That's a rough time. Well, if it's to any effect, we are friends of Eliphas, and he also wants her to be, well, nicer. We're here to help with that.
Well, it's funny, because he hasn't been sleeping in here, because, of course, she's pissing him off. But she doesn't even sleep. So she's the one who's in here, and she doesn't even sleep. She just trances for 4 hours.
Yeah.
when they do
Although she hadn't even.
here,
And usually that's when she talks to me. You know, comes out of her trance. We have a little chat. Start the day. Not anymore.
when they do sleep here together, did that ever happen in front of you?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a bedroom.
Just like writing down some notes.
I write my own note.
Are you aware if Zorana kept a notebook or anything? Any logs? Anything?
She's never really been much of a writer or an academic. That was really more the husband's vibe. She spends a lot of time in the bathroom, though.
Noted.
All right. Well, we've heard a lot about this bathroom, and I mean, what? To clarify, was that
What
where
have
she
you
was?
heard? Who told you? What do you know?
We just said we were friends with Eliphas, did we not? To clarify, were we? Was it the necklace she was keeping in the bathroom? So we don't have a purpose in there, or?
Roll a persuasion check.
Can I be helping?
If you want to.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna be spicy. It's gonna be a 22.
It's like, well, normally I'm not supposed to. That is like the top priority thing I'm not supposed to talk about. But you say you know Eliphas. I'm gonna trust you. Yeah, that's where she keeps the necklace usually. There.
Oh.
Gestures to
Okay.
the bathroom. What else did you ask? The painting specifically.
So we suspect that it's something to do with the necklace. So if she's got the necklace on her person, we don't really have a reason to go in there. No.
Well, not now. But the necklace is enchanted, so the minute it leaves her body, it'll appear back in there.
Oh, good to know.
Very good to know.
Well,
I know what
I suppose that does give us a reason. Okay.
But you'll have to do it, like, again. So if you do it now, it won't stay open. And then you're going to come back and you got to do it all again, so.
Oh. Wait, so when the necklace enters, it's gonna close again?
Well, I mean, I guess technically, if you can deal with the big guy, he'll be dealt with the whole time, but you might have to re-get the door to open.
I see.
Because it's magic. Everything's magic here.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to break into the bathroom first, have somebody slip the necklace off perhaps, and then retrieve the necklace when it appears?
The question is, do we want to deal with the Guardian before or after?
I think that's got to come before. I have a strange suspicion that, well, I mean, now that information has come to light about, and I transform into that tiefling again.
Yeah.
Our friend here, not being entirely honest about who they are, I think we've got competition, or somebody else has an ulterior motive.
The only thing is, I don't think dealing with the Guardian's gonna be as amenable as our friend Oak here, because that Guardian seems more on the page with her rather than Eliphas.
Now, this might not work, and then I shift form again into Zorana, but maybe.
Maybe. If only we
I
knew
mean,
what
it's
language
worth
she
a
talked
shot.
in.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, we can try this, for sure.
Oh boy!
Guidance!
Oh no.
All right. So you move into the bathroom.
Yeah.
All right.
Bardic inspiration!
So you see, there we go. A porcelain bathtub sits against one wall of this room, which also contains 2 tables stacked with clean towels, scented bars of soap, and bottles. At the back of the room, blocking a short staircase that climbs to a turret, is a 10-foot tall marble statue of a reindeer.
All right.
Is there a window in the bathroom? Cool.
All right, now I have to check.
Actually, I lied. There's a window behind the bathtub.
Awesome.
Where is?
Good to know.
So your best guess is this 10-foot tall stone reindeer is what LFS meant, and like Oakmina is like the guardian to that staircase.
All right. So when Mason was speaking to Zorana and we were there witnessing, did Zorana speak for at least a minute?
Yeah.
All right. With the actor feat, I can imitate her speech.
Well, there you go.
Ooh.
And I will say to the stone reindeer, allow access.
The stone reindeer like extends an arm to kind of like bow and like lean its front thing, and it steps aside, presumably fooled by
My
your
character-
version of Zorana.
My character, who was like completely engrossed in notes till now, hears that voice and just goes, "Huh, Zorana."
Uh-oh. Oh no. Quick, run away.
All right. So it moves aside, and you see a set of stairs leading up to the turreted tower.
All right. What's up here? I would like to advance.
So a rectangular pool is situated in the middle of this octagonal turret, which has tiled walls and a tiled floor. The turret's vaulted ceiling bears a painted mural of a fantastically beautiful fey creature who looks like winter incarnate. The pool's water is perfectly clear, revealing a tile mosaic at the bottom of it. In the center of the pool's mosaic are 3 concentric gilded rings, and there is no visible drain in the pool. The pool is 10 feet long, 5 feet wide, 5 feet deep. So it's like a shallow pool. It's not like deep. Well, shallow.
You know what? I can hold the situation here if perhaps somebody might want to go and find out what Marmalade is up to. I feel like we don't want to advance too much.
You know this is where the necklace somehow teleports back to if it's removed from her now.
Can I tell if there's any abjuration magic here, like an alarm or anything that's set up if someone messes up?
Are you just doing like visual investigation, sussing it out, or are you using any magical means to detect? Or do you...
I mean, I can do a detect magic.
If you'd like to, then yes.
I'll retool it, but yeah.
Detect magic. You notice that wall that has the mural across from it. There is a rune hidden in the artwork that lights up with a magic aura with your detect magic, and it's the elvish rune for winter.
I'd be careful taking any more steps. It looks like a glyph.
All right. Well, perhaps you go find Marmalade. Take Doré, and I pass you my like Luna Moth sugar glider dragon. And is there light in this room that I could snuff out?
It seems to just be there are windows on the eastern side, so the light is just coming through the windows, just like there's in outside has all those like globes of light floating around for like ambiance. So there's just kind of like a very like twilight glow feel to the room right now.
Okay. Well, if there's anywhere where a shadow might be, I would like to stand there, use an action to melt into the shadow, and my phosphorescent lights all fade out.
Okay.
Simpson.
I'd say you can do so in the very, very, very like northern corner of the room, maybe, since it's like kind of like dim light in here anyway right now.
Okay, yeah, dim light and darkness. I can do this.
Yeah,
so.
You're good. And
I'll use another action to transfer my perception through Doré. And
your pseudo dragon.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh. All right then. Just like kind of like just taking it in stride, just like let's find Marmalade, and I walk out and I also call out just Hawk, and my bird also kind of like starts to hover. So now it just looks like pets. It's fine.
Cool. You're a very popular fellow with the flying feather fiends.
Only one of them are feathered. Actually,
True.
even that's made of metal, but still.
Metal feathers.
Metal
So
feathers.
do you say someone's leaving to go get marmalade? Is that what's happening?
More like check-in, like what's Marmalade up to. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, marmalade. What are you up to while they're looking around bathrooms?
Has the band has started playing down here? Do I notice that like anybody's missing from the band? I
Well,
know
you
that
notice that
Marmalade doesn't know.
singer from earlier is up on a little stage at the back of the room. That area in the ballroom that looks like the northernmost area. That line marks like a little stage. It is just her singing, and there seems to be music, like instruments music, but it's coming from just everywhere. It seems to be magically. There is instrumentational music that fills the venue, and the instruments that she was carrying with her are just like laid against the wall next to her on the stage. So it seems like her bandmates did not make it, but she is there singing along with the music, the magical music that is there.
Okay, then I would like to approach and admire until there's like a break in her singing, so I could talk to her real quick.
Sure. Yeah, after a few minutes, she finishes a song, and she steps off from the stage like it's time for her to go get like a drink, have a break, and there's still music from the magical music floating around.
That is quite the trick, my dear. How do you do that without playing any of the instruments?
Oh, that's not really me. I'm just singing. That I think is all Lady Zorana. I was supposed to have bandmates, but I guess they got detained or otherwise could not make it. So this was the backup plan, because of course she thinks of everything.
I would say so. Well, allow me to accompany you to... Well, where are you going?
I was just going to the banquet hall just to grab some refreshments. Singing for a long time, the throat gets parched.
I understand. Well, if you would allow, I would like to join you. And then when you're ready to come back, if you would also allow, I play a bit of a mean lute myself, if you wouldn't mind me joining you.
Oh, by all means, of course, it'd be great. It's really... I'm not used to being the only one on the stage.
I can imagine. It's not every day you play with... magic? Ghost instruments? I don't really know.
Yeah. Okay, well then you guys head to the banquet hall, which you can see, again, the room with those two long tables, so it is open. You can see you head back there. She just grabs, like, maybe one or two very small, like, nibbles to eat, like maybe, like, some crackers, some, like, meats, cheeses kind of thing. Mostly she's there for drink. Get some water, lightly, like, steam, like, water has been heated up just with a little bit of, like, lemon and honey kind of vibe.
Yep.
And we'll go back to the stage. As you enter the ballroom, you see the stage for a minute almost seems like it's starting to melt. Like it's starting to almost like liquefy. The borders become fuzzy. It seems to be seeping out further, encroaching more upon the dance floor. But then you like blink, what the fuck? And it's back to normal.
While we're walking after that happened, I just ask, have you noticed anything strange with the house?
She looks around and she notices Zorana has come back in the ballroom, and she's like, "Oh no, it's absolutely beautiful. It's the most gorgeous place I've ever played in," and kind of like gestures to you that like the host is right there. I'm not gonna say anything bad about her house because she's right there.
Ah, well, let's put on a show to remember then.
If you're gonna do some playing with her, do a performance check with advantage.
Woo!
Okay, first one was a 16. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna stick with that first one with a 16.
Okay. You see, what type of music are you trying to play? Like, are you going for more like romantic, slow, like waltz, slow dance, foxtrot kind of thing, or are you doing like a more upbeat, like faster dance song?
So my goal was just kind of to follow her lead to begin with, and then whatever the house is playing, just kind of work with what's going on already.
Okay, it'll be very like Viennese waltz vibe, so that very like lyrical, very lilting, like 3-4 time song, and she is singing in Sylvan, and it's a song about it's gonna be a song about an archfey.
Okay, cool.
Which
now
archfey?
One that Maxius knows.
Now that I'm
yes.
up here, I know that I'm seeing Zorana. Do I also see Metal in here, or is he still absent?
Make investigation check while you're playing, and make it. You can either choose to make it with. No, because you already made the perception check now, or the performance check. So just go ahead and make a straight investigation check for me.
Okay. Woo! That's a dirty 20.
Nice. You do see him walking into the ballroom, and he seems to have two women on either, like one on either arm, and he's found dates.
Okay. For now, I mean, there's not really a whole lot I can do without, breaking the playing. So for now, I'm just going to keep note that both of them are in here while playing until other people arrive or the song ends or
An
whatever.
anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to
Also,
Client 3.
would we know, like, according to the itinerary, the fireworks are at the end? Is that basically like the dance is gonna like kind of meld into the fireworks?
The music would volume would quiet, the singing would stop, and it'd be like a very just gentle background atmosphere, like very simple background noise for it. So those of you upstairs in the turret with the pool, what are we up to?
I was going down to get to the ballroom with Marmalade as well.
Okay. Is everyone else going down?
Yeah, because Maxi said they would hold this situation down.
Yeah.
So we were just going to...
Maxius chilling in there. Cool. So everyone but Maxius is going downstairs. You can move your tokens downstairs.
My consciousness will be going with my pseudo dragon.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
so your
lost
pseudo
just
dragon's with the party
around.
downstairs. Cool.
So my plan is essentially that when we're probably a few minutes away from the fireworks about to happen,
yeah,
I wanna ask Zorana to a dance right as the fireworks are hitting, and when they hit, she's distracted. I'm gonna try something.
Okay. We'll say that we'll just jump to that time, I guess. Time in the Feywild's wibbly wobbly anyway. So it is the final the singer, and you'll notice Marmalade is on stage with the singer. Will make an announcement that this will be the last dance before the fireworks. The party does not end after the fireworks; the party still keeps going.
Yeah.
But, so this is the last dance before the viewing.
So while I'm up here, I know he's going to go ask her to dance or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get the attention of March and Mason.
Okay.
Just not be super overt, but just kind of try to get their attention and point to Metal.
Hello.
Just so they know I'm pointing at something so that it can hopefully get their attention.
Make a actually no, we'll have March and Mason both make perception checks to see if you can clock that.
Makes sense.
Perception. Can't roll on this. I have two browsers open anyway.
Yeah. All right. March got a 14 and you got a 15. I'll say you both notice. You both notice him kind of while playing, just doing something to get your attention. Yeah.
Hello.
And you'll walk closer to the stage, and as you get closer, either just with a head tilt or something, we'll point out in the direction of Metal, the tiefling, and his two dates.
I'll kind of give him a strum in that direction, a very overt and direct strum.
Yeah.
You see Mason sort of take out what looks to you like a bottle and then gesture to you and to Metal. Are you saying is go time kind of thing?
No.
So
I'm not that
no
good.
one has
Lucky you
told me
guys.
what's in these bottles. I've just been told it's the answer to his problems. So I might give kind of a.
Okay, I start taking out the bottle and light up a rope which is going inside of the bottle with some sort of a match box, I think. Now I have fire in my hand lit with a bottle which you presume might be filled with some sort of fuel.
Nice.
I'm letting Johnny looks at me. He's like, yeah, someday.
Yeah, that seems like it's a bad idea. So as soon as I see you light that, can I use pyrotechnics to put it out with a puff of smoke?
I mean, presumably.
Oh. Very disappointed look.
Not yet.
Oh.
No fire yet. There is still time for fire, but not right now.
Fire is actually about to imminently happen, but fire works.
Yeah. During that whole thing, Marmalade's eyes just got real wide, like, what the fuck?
First you were like, oh, I don't know, it could work. You were like, wait, hold on.
Suddenly, I don't like the look of this.
I thought that was.
I'll just give you like a sorry gesture with a shrug, like to Marmalade. Like I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
Right. So as the song winds down, wait, you wanted to ask her to dance before the song ended. Yes. Well, how do you do so?
I think I'll just looking as I was, I kind of just walk up and greetings. I don't believe we've had the pleasure yet. My name's Theo. I'm an acquaintance of your husband. Just want to say it's a fantastic evening.
Real
Thank
quick,
you.
I see him talking to her. Can I just cast him Bardic Inspiration to use when he wants to?
Sure,
From here on the stage, I'm going to cast Bardic
You're already
Inspiration
playing,
on
so
you.
it's easy.
Yeah, perfect.
Also, before walking, I self-guidance to myself to be like, okay, you got this.
Yeah!
And
I says, well, thank you. I put a lot of work into it.
Oh.
Dore, the pseudo drag, is just going to be chilling on his shoulder, trying to be like, I'm playing it cool.
On the shoulder of Theo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably tell you to,
Oh.
Alright, fair enough.
And I'll just glide over to the other group.
Very well, it's an interesting place, certainly, but I was wondering before, the event hits its capstone, could I be honored for one dance? And I'll kind of just hold a hand up.
Persuasion check with advantage, because you are a very distinguished looking individual. Some of the guests here.
Old elf.
Yeah, right? Also just intrigued, it's because to see an elf who looks old, you gotta be up there. And she's also just intrigued at your life story, blah blah blah.
Awesome. That's with advantage, and I add the D4 from my thing if I need it. Okay, I need it. So, how much is the bardic?
A D6?
D6. Okay, so that is unnatural 20.
Okay.
All of it together.
She says, it would be my pleasure, and takes your hand, and you go into a one of those simple the kind of basic choreography or footwork to a waltz pattern, a couple's ballroom dance that people would know.
Is it time to use the shoes?
Yeah, buddy. It all worked out.
Go ahead and make a performance check, and then add the D4 for your dancing shoes.
I add the D4 from that. I also add a D4 from my race because I add that for performance checks.
Ooh la la.
Nice.
Mark of the Shadow Elf. Okay. I will also throw in a Flash of Genius on this and give that another +5.
Hell yeah.
So it becomes a 23.
She is very impressed with her dancing skills, and you guys start to take the notice between her being the host and the necklace, and how smooth. You do start to take the notice of other guests. It's like one of those Disney movie moments where people almost stop their own dancing and are watching you guys, because it's just that smooth and that impeccable.
I cast Prestidigitation to put a spotlight on him.
Hey!
Nice. No, fuck it. If we're doing this, fuck it. I'll use dancing lights to make little balls of colorful flashing lights.
You dance so good that if this was your time to steal the necklace, you now have everyone watching you.
Exactly.
We just got caught up in the moment.
We're performers first.
Mason is looking slightly wistfully, but also with admiration for his, mentor. Go, boss!
Go, boss!
Jesus.
Pseudo Dragon Me's tempted to turn over to Mason and be like, now might be the time to actually use one of those.
It would be distracting.
Right.
I'll tell you
well,
what.
you have about 60 seconds before the music will die down for fireworks. Is there anything
Does
anyone
my
wants to do before
character do
fireworks?
it?
I'm just kind of like drawing her attention to just be on the dance and eventually towards the window is what I'm trying to do. And just like,
Okay, so
like
you will
being
finish
already
your
like,
dance,
you're
so
impressive.
You end up on here. I'll move the tokens to reflect. I'll say you end up because there's a window kind of like on this big diagonal and then the other big diagonal on like either side flanking the stage. So you guys end up positioned by this window together.
Yeah,
I'm also going to cast another Bardic Inspiration on him.
Okay. And as you finish your dance at the window, people start to clap for how beautiful it was. But then as they clap, it's also their clapping is interrupted because the fireworks start and everyone gathers towards the windows to watch. You also can see there's people on the balcony if you look up above watching.
Now we know that if the necklace just falls off her, it just goes in the vault, correct?
Yes. If the necklace is removed from her body, you've now been told it will appear in the vault.
Then, like, kind of as well, like, kind of parting from the dance, fireworks go off. I very overtly like look over, like, kind of like with a wistful look in my eye to be like, oh, fireworks, to kind of draw her attention to enjoy her evening as well.
Okay, she will be looking towards the fireworks.
I am just waiting for the moment that necklace leaves that neck.
Very, very subtly, like as I'm like, pulling my hand up, I just go to like the back, essentially, where like the necklace would have its
clasp,
clasp, and just very, very gently, just like thumb it off.
All right, a sleight of hand check.
This is what I was
waiting for.
We'll give you advantage because she's not watching the fireworks and it's noisy, and you were dancing, so she's also already used to, and you're still maybe like holding. It's like you are already in physical contact with her. She won't be immediately alerted by like physical proximity. So
Mason
sleight of hand
still has his hand on like one of the bottles.
Advantage is amazing for this. For the fuck of it, we're gonna throw a flash of genius on this.
Oh, okay.
That is a 37.
Oh,
yeah. You ever so gently, like the fact that you'd think you were a jeweler, you just like almost like an indiscernible single flick of your fingers, and the necklace is gone. And as she looks down, it like starts to fall, and she looks down only to see nothing because as it falls off, it like disappears immediately. And she turns to look at you and has a look of like horror and shock on her face.
I match the look of horror. Like, what happened?
Roll a deception check with disadvantage. Who did that? What happened? Where'd it go?
Okay, the first roll was wasted because the first was a crit and it's gone now. Deception is still decent though. 21.
Yeah. Okay. She looks at you and she continues to like start breathing heavily, shoulders rising, and her teeth start to like her mouth forms this like grimace, and she lets out like a scream, and she seems pissed, but she doesn't seem to think it's your fault. She does think
is she rapidly looking
around? Has happened. Yeah, she whips around to look at the crowd and screams out in actually I'll give time to quickly look at all your character sheets and see if anyone knows what she's saying. Hold on. I'm gonna try real fast.
I do speak Primordial if that helps.
I've got Elvish and Goblin.
And Sylvan.
We have Elvish,
and Goblin, and
Sylvan.
Wolvish.
Okay, I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but I'm gonna check anyway. So yeah, she lets out words in a very abrasive, guttural stream of words that none of you can understand.
While she's looking away on all of us, I cast Pass Without Trace.
Well, I was going to say, can I cast Comprehend Languages at first level?
I was about to do the same thing.
You can, yes. And there's no limits on that. It's any language. You just understand all written spoken
you
language.
You understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear.
Well, but you don't know what language it is. Okay, but what you understand is she screams out, "Who did this?" And then she seems to kind of hone in a bit on Metal and his 2 dates. And looks over there.
I have cast Pass Without Trace on all of us so we can slink out of this confrontation.
You could like slip into the crowd and just like back out.
So everyone gets a +10 to stealth.
Well, depends on everyone's reaction is. Is anyone trying to slink out and get back upstairs, or is anyone staying put?
Yeah, like it's there for an hour, so up to them.
Don't we have to be within a certain range of you?
Yeah, so I would like slink to you and just cast it on. I'm assuming you'd like stage and dance.
Oh no. I was under the impression we had to stay within that range. Does it just apply even if we leave that range?
Yeah, I believe so. I'll double
I thought you have to be within so many feet of the caster as long as it's active.
You have to stay within.
You do.
Each creature
it's like, is it 30 feet though? Is it
30?
Only 10 feet?
It's 30.
It's 30, yeah. So you have some room.
Okay.
Because the ballroom in total, get out the ruler tool and above VTT. The ballroom's only 60 feet across. So like if you're in the same half of the ballroom as them, you'll get past without a trace.
It doesn't say for while they're in the range. It says for the duration, anyone within that. So okay, they'll have to stay around me for the 30 feet. Okay.
But you have 30 feet, so you have like half the ballroom at all times covered. So
cool. So I'll be applying it to these guys if they're ever there.
Yeah. What before anything continues, anyone's reactions to this as it's happened?
I mean, on the stage, we've stopped playing, and I'm just kind of like, oh fuck.
Okay.
Just waiting for what everyone else does at the moment.
Okay. If no one has any,
as much as I hate to say it,
oh no,
I'll probably take. See,
this is definitely what your character would do.
Yeah, I genuinely like the player me does not want to do this. This is like a planned ruining kind of
distraction
moment.
And eat something.
I'm just gonna like take out a bottle, light it up, look at March, probably not wait for the reaction at all, like not wait for the get-go, and throw it like as far away as possible in the direction in which I don't see any people, and just like yell fire and run away.
Like distraction.
Exactly. I'm trying to create a panic in the room, so people just start running around.
I would say you'll throw it in the far right corner, kind of where you see it looks like there's a staircase. That staircase isn't connected to this room, so you can see it. But but even lower. So I'll put an AOE. Let's see. We want fire, and let's make
God damn it!
I'm sorry,
right this is just. So there's now fire. There's now fire over in this corner.
Oh my god, I thought that was on March.
No, and we'll have it increase. Right now, the orange, the circle, it's outside the building. Yeah. It'll like maybe move. But there is like a fire has broken out in this corner, and guests do immediately start to flee towards the outside. The ones closest to. Some of the ones right up close by the window haven't noticed yet because the noise of the fireworks is loud and they're watching Zorana, so there's maybe a handful of guests right up close by the windows, but all the ones like 10 feet back from the stage and backward are all like booking it outside right now. And I'll say roll a sleight of hand check to make sure you don't hit any guests.
Wait, now I have to use that browser. Okay, 26.
26, you're fine. You don't hit any guests. You're good. All right, so that's happened. There's now a small fire in the corner of the room. The guests are filtering out. Again, the 2 guests, Metal books it out of there, but the 2 guests who are with him, the 2 women that's with him, stay in the ballroom.
Seeing that he is going to try and book it, is the lady still... Is she making any move towards him?
Like, does it look like
Zorana?
she thinks he's running
Yeah.
away with it?
No, she is still standing there, getting more and more almost like feral seeming as the seconds tick by.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the pseudo dragon. See you in a sec. I'm gonna start stealthing my way up.
Okay. Is anyone else accompanying Theo and trying to, in the chaos of the crowd, everyone literally running, it won't be hard to get out of the room, especially with Pass Without a Trace. So anyone who wants to leave with Theo, I say you don't even have to roll for it. You can.
I was hoping just to keep an eye on how events unfold downstairs, so I might stay near the entrance with the pretext of, like, ushering people out the door safely.
Okay, sure. Marmalade, what are
Um,
you doing?
I know we're not like in combat, but can I cast using key Step of the Wind to try and catch up with Metal?
Yeah, you can. So you can meet him outside in the courtyard. And Mason, what are you doing? Are you staying here or are you dipping out with Theo?
I was dipping out, but if I see Mars sort of like stand in the gateway, I would just go like, "Come on, dude, you're supposed to run. That's the whole point of the story. You're supposed to, be the one who keeps running."
Right,
oh wait,
so we'll
no, that's
Theo,
not.
Theo and Mason will end up back upstairs in the vault room with the pool. So I'll move your tokens there. And the rest of you there. Marmalade, what was your flavoring you wanted to add to it, Marmalade?
Just before I step off, I just, like, real quick, do one, like, the things where, like, you hold, like, the damsel real quick to the singer, and I just say, "It was lovely playing with you, my darling. But I must..." And then I run.
I'm getting, like, Puss in Boots vibes.
Yeah.
Lots of things about your character.
Puss in Boots.
And I don't hate it.
Too bad I can't do a good Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, right? All right. So then you and that token I put next to you is metal. Obviously, it's like an elven lady. Ignore the picture. It's the stat block that he uses. Is
I get you.
We'll start with team upstairs because downstairs will probably take longer and get more complicated. So those that book it back up to the bathroom, the vault. So again, the necklace, you've been told the necklace should appear there. The pool remains untouched.
It sounds like Mason just stepped into a wind tunnel.
Oh wait, I was with Marge.
No, just saying some of the.
It's gone now, but for a second it was like.
Okay, you're staying down there with March. Okay, then.
Yeah, I'm staying down there with.
So then, just Theo and Maxius are in the room, and you notice the pool is empty and seems undisturbed.
What we were told was that the pool is just the gate to the vault, right? It's not the vault itself.
All you were told, or all that you kind of, the vibe you got. Where's his whole?
I remember someone saying something about being under a pool of water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, because the oak, also the reindeer in the painting mentioned it was she took the necklace from the pool and hasn't brought it back since a few days ago. So in theory, it's there. Damn. Or it should be.
All right. Before Theo comes back up and like my consciousness returns to my body and it's not in the pool, I'm going to cast freedom of movement on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And then I'll wait for him to join me up here.
Okay. I run up. When I see it empty, do I get the sense that, there's anything, like the pool structure, so is there anything under it, or is there a mechanism we're missing out on?
Well, if you look at, again, there's those 3 gold rings on the bottom of the pool. Each of those rings, you see, they do seem to be set into like a groove in the ground. And they, like, so you're just looking from outside the pool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you do remember you did that detect magic spell before, and that rune in the wall lit up because you specifically did that.
I'm gonna. Well, we don't have time, so I'm gonna move closer. I'm gonna move into the pool.
Okay. If you move into the pool, can you make a Constitution save for me, please?
Yeah. Figured as much.
Lol.
That is a unnatural 20.
Okay, so you
Attaboy.
will only take half. The water is incredibly cold when you step in. Again, the rune on the wall was rune for winter, and you take 15 points of cold damage stepping into the pool.
Cold damage.
Glad you got the most HP.
I will reaction to half it.
Yep.
Uh,
And you see that it looks like those golden rings that you're in the pool. When you step on one of those, they are loose, like they can be moved. They can spin in circles.
I try to spin it.
You can spin them, and they're spinning.
Okay.
This seems to be happening, but yeah,
Any
they spin in like clockwise
numbers?
circles.
Oh no, it's one of these. Okay.
At the moment, they are just plain gold rings.
Can I try to use my experience as a vault breaker essentially to determine what kind of a mechanism this lock is?
Yes, also for the interest of time, I'll say as vault breaker experience, you know there's a lot of, especially like arcane vaults are multi-step, so you get the sense that these rings are going to be part of the final step to open it, but you need to do something first to get them to the state where you can do that. And you likely need to drain the pool because of the damage you took coming in here.
Yeah.
And also it's gonna be real painful to keep your hand under that water and spinning things around. It's gonna get real cold.
I'll quickly, if there's a bucket or some shit, just start emptying it out.
There is nothing in this room other than the pool and then the mural on the wall, the window outside.
We just crack the side open and just pours out? What's our play here? I mean, I have mending. Yeah, we'll just break open the side of it. I'll fix it later.
It's an in-ground pool. It's not a raised pool. It's set into the ground.
Yeah, Huber. Anybody got destroy water?
I did. So, shit. That's too loud of a move. Does Max have it?
Oh god, I'm trying to sift through everything I own.
I feel like March has an idea, but March is not there.
Yeah.
Suck to suck.
Oh god.
Again, because it's a one shot and we have 30 minutes left, wrapping up. And you did this earlier. Again, you did the detect magic, and a rune on the wall lit up. And you haven't done anything with that information.
The thing is, I feel like it's a trap, but at this point, I'll try and activate the rune, or at least identify the rune. I also have identify.
Yep. So you push on the rune, because again, it also looked like it could move. It was cut out, almost like the rings that could move. You push on the rune, and the water starts to drain from the pool. And then as the water drains from the pool, now letters appear on the gold rings. And where they line up, like the three overlap, it looks like you're looking for a 3-letter word. So there's a third word. You try Fae, and it does not open.
Hag.
Does not open.
Damn it. That's all I
guess
though. Oak?
Sure enough, as soon as you put in the K in oak, the bottom of the pool seems to drop lower in a circular shape, and there's a hidden compartment, and the necklace is there.
You genius!
I swipe it. When you say, I just look over. Same thing every time.
Right. So you will, and then I'm guessing you'll head back downstairs to reconvene with your friends. While
heading
you
downstairs, I will also identify on the necklace, what it do?
Okay.
What it do?
What it do? What you get from identifying the necklace, it is a wondrous legendary item. It does contain an unstable extra-dimensional rift in the stone, as suggested. As a bonus action, while wearing or holding it, you can teleport yourself along with anything you're wearing or carrying to an unoccupied space within 30 feet. And when you do so, you can tap into the power of the rift to increase the teleport distance by up to 30 more feet. But if you do so, you must succeed on a con save or take force damage. And you can cast Ice Storm. It has 3 charges to cast Ice Storm, as it is a diamond.
Is it cursed?
This pool is so cold.
It is not cursed. It just contains Unstable Rift, lots of extra dimensional energy, and it has those 2 spell casting abilities. So while you're heading back downstairs, right? Yeah, just you and the items on your person. We'll first jump to Metal and Marmalade, and then we'll do the ones left in the ballroom after that. So you catch up to him. What do? He's like booking it for the portal. He's trying to leave. So unless you physically...
I pull out my loot and sweep the leg.
All right, make an attack roll.
Doing in my swamp.
Doing a trip attack with a loot.
Yes, sir. What should I use for that?
I'm just picturing there's one game you were streaming, and the one with sweep the leg was the one move you just kept spamming in some video game.
You're right. Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. I'll just go for this. That's a 25.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah, you do it. You knock him down to the ground. He's like, "Hey, what'd I do to you, man? I'm just trying to leave."
But you're leaving in too much of a hurry, my friend.
There's a literal fire! I think a hurry is warranted.
Our hostess seemed to give you quite the eye. I step on his chest. Now, what are you doing here?
He, again, interest of time. I'm not going to bother me. He's just like, okay, you got me. I'm a scout for the coven. She didn't kill them all. She only got one of them, and the other 2 are here. I'm sorry. They were gonna kill me. I needed to get them here. Okay.
Who are they?
The two ladies I was with.
Fuck.
Marmalade just takes back off inside.
All right. So then back to the inside. So you see again the Zorana lady looking real intensely at these 2 women who now seemingly drop their normal human partygoer form and take on a much more nightmare fuel, visceral, like swamp witch nightmare form as they reveal their true form to be 2 night hags. Let me just pop them in here for you.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, mama.
Just as a question, do I, as a character, know if night hags are native to the Feywild?
That's a good question. I will have to look that up because Laura does not know the answer to that.
I think Denny's just
if Denny
had a
knows.
slight inkling as to what I'm about to try and do.
Yes.
Are you gonna try and banish them? Night hags. They are fiend type. They are not fey. So my first guess is they are not native. I think she fought them on the material plane. So my guess would be they are not from this plane.
Also, I was disguised on myself as we ran out of the room.
They are from the ethereal plane. That is the plane that they are from a native to.
Yeah,
that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, they invade your dreams. It makes sense.
Yeah. So they become though their skin darkens, their hair, which was long and lustrous, becomes stringy and greasy. Their nails grow out and become cracked and dirty. Their teeth become sharpened to points, and they go from
basically me on a Saturday.
Standing before you, and they say to Zorana, "We're here to take back what's ours. You should have finished the job." And roll initiative, everyone.
Let's fucking go.
But yeah, I look like a tiefling now. I disguise self because if combat's happening, I'm not giving my alias up. So.
All right, those who are not rolling in D&D Beyond, let me know what your initiative is.
Not great. 30.
Hold on. Night Hag. This one.
I had just god awful rolls.
Rolls a 21 for initiative.
I rolled a 2. If my initiative plus wasn't 7, I'd be fucked.
Yeah, right?
So, Do you consider rolling initiative to be an ability check, since it's technically a
Yeah.
dex ability check?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna chronal shift to try and get a better initiative roll. Okay, 29. That's significantly better.
All right, so
totally worth.
March
Gotta
gets
love that.
29.
Gotta love that
add-
plus 10 to initiative.
What the heck?
God.
Okay. Theo, what did you
13.
roll? 13?
Yeah.
Theo, add to combat tracker. 13. All right. Is there anyone who's not on here? I think we're good. The 2 night hags, the 5 characters. Oh, I guess Sorana would have to be on here, wouldn't she? Open stat block. Roll. Okay. There we go. Everybody's in the combat tracker now. So, March, you are up first, and we'll say those who are upstairs, you can only enter in 3 rounds, because this is happening while you're upstairs, and 3 rounds is only 18 seconds. I'm sure you were upstairs for longer than that anyway, but we're interest of time being generous. So you will have to enter on round 3. All right, March, you're first.
Okay, they're both within 60 feet of me.
Uh-huh.
So first, I'm gonna tap into my Mizium apparatus to try and cast Banishment, which I do not have it prepared. But I'm also going to try and expend some sorcery points to twin spell cast it to hit both night hags at the same time.
Okay, so that means we have wild magic, and you want to roll.
And
it
I have
'cause
to
it's
roll
more
to
wild
see if
magic.
I actually do the spell or not.
Okay, so first roll your wild magic roll, because that's going to happen whether you do the spell or not, because you're using sorcery points. So roll a
D100?
percentile.
I mean,
Yeah, do
even
100.
if the spell is wrong, let's see, that's a 12.
12. So as you start preparing your spell. Oh no. Okay, I'll make a note of that.
No. Oh no. I don't like that.
That's the worst thing to hear on a wild magic. And oh no from the DM.
All right, and so now roll to see if you cast the spell.
Especially in this context.
So I expend the spell slot as normal. Before resolving it, it's 10 plus twice the level intelligence arcana check, so I need to make an 18.
Okay.
Fuck!
Oh no!
Nope.
So what happens if you don't the spell doesn't get cast, like you used it just didn't work? Or is there consequences?
No, on a failed check, you cast a different spell from the one you intended by randomly rolling on a table for the level.
Oh,
Lovely.
God.
So I roll a d4.
I mean, this could be okay. Maybe.
Random
Does it
powerful
also get
spells.
twins?
So I rolled
Power
a
word
3,
kill.
which means at 4th level, I cast. I apparently twin spell cast Evard's Black Tentacles on the 2 night hags.
Oh,
Can't win
not
that, I
bad.
think.
What
Which
is
god
that
did that
spell?
It's not bad.
No, but that's
What
a
does it
good
do?
PC though.
What does that spell do?
It's like restrains you, like makes it difficult terrain and does some damage.
Okay. So what do they have to roll?
So Evard's Black Tentacles, squirming ebony tentacles fill a 20-foot square of ground I can see within range. For
Okay.
duration, the area is difficult terrain. When a creature enters the affected area or starts its turn there, it must make a dexterity saving throw or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
Well,
And be restrained by the tentacles until the spell ends.
Okay, I put out a 20-foot square so you can position it. If I position it this way, it doesn't catch any of you, so I'm assuming that's how you want it to be.
Yeah, I mean, this was, yeah.
It was random, so
it
that's
can
where
just be
I'm deciding
random,
it goes
so-
there. So it's on their turn, they're making saves? Not now?
At the start of
Do
that
things?
turn, yeah.
At the start of the turn, okay, cool. So that happens. Well, they could be restrained and take damage. That's exciting. Okay,
So, just need to check. That was my action?
action, yes.
And I cast the spell, so I can't cast anything else as a bonus action. Yeah, I will just stay where I am and pass my turn.
Alright, next is Maxius.
Who's upstairs?
We sprint.
Oh yeah, so you sprint. So yeah, this is your first round of sprinting down. So next it is one of the night hags. So what is she rolling for this tentacle spell? A save of.
It was a dex save, wasn't it?
I think it's a dex or strength save, depending upon if.
I'm gonna go with dex. That makes the most sense. I was listening before, I swear. So she rolls an 18.
Damn.
What is your spell save DC? Mach?
Sorry, I am just trying to, because that's a spell I also did not have prepared. So I am trying to find out to make sure we are doing like the right save. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
My
And
spell save DC is 17.
Okay, so she makes the save. Does she take half damage, or is it all or nothing? I'm assuming it's half.
That's a great question.
I think it's nothing, but you still have difficult terrain.
I gotta look it up.
I think it's nothing because he like dex saved it, right?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's nothing.
Well, usually it's like cantrips or low-level spells, it's all or nothing. Higher level spells, it's usually only half.
Yeah.
Because they're higher level.
This is true.
There's a few high-level spells.
No,
which are like
they
table
just says they must succeed or take the damage and be restrained.
Okay,
Yeah.
then she's fine. She
Still difficult terrain.
Correct.
She is so hag number 1 is just going to is going
actually,
to cast...
as a reaction, can I cast Silvery Barbs to make them re-roll that dex save?
Yeah, of course.
I see
she
there are
rolled a
other
14.
people here.
She rolled a 14 this time, so you're good. So she takes how much damage?
3d6, I think.
You can roll the
3d6.
Let's go, Johnny. Let's go.
Is restrained. That's 14 damage and is restrained.
Sweet.
Okay. I will put the restrained marker on her token. Condition restrained. Okay, she will cast Ray of Enfeeblement at Zorana's person. Make a ranged spell attack. So, hi.
Man, she also rolled low on in.
She rolled 16, which does hit because may just be squishy. So sticks out her hand and a black beam of energy shoots toward Zorana. Zorana is now weakened. Although Hag's like, oh wait, you're a caster. Strength base doesn't matter. But it's too late. We've done it. We've committed. And that is her turn. And then it is Theo's turn, which is spent sprinting downstairs.
Question.
Yes.
Because we're sprinting out, do we see the balcony while we're running out?
You do. You could jump over the balcony, and I'll let you get there next round, but you would take fall damage.
I can bonus action Misty Step. You said it's a 20-foot drop.
Then in round 2, I'll let you get down there that way. You still have to miss out on round 1.
Essentially, if I burn my spell slot, I can get both me and Max down here. Because I can bonus action Misty Step, and for my action, I can Vortex Swap him with me.
Cool.
So, yeah, we save at least one round like that. I think that's worth my spell slot.
Alright, it is the second Night Hag's turn, and she is going to... Actually, fuck it. She'll try and cast Sleep on... Oh, no, she won't.
After she makes
That's
her
a lie.
save.
Oh yeah, she has to do that first. You are correct. She rolled a 17, which is the DC,
Beats
so
it.
she's fine.
Damn.
He will instead cast Magic Missile at Zorana, and I need D4s.
Are we doing it the old way or the errated way?
I only know the old way, I guess. I don't know.
What's the difference?
Because the old way, you roll a d4 and that damage applies to all of the darts, and the new errated way, you roll a d4 for each dart.
Oh, I'm rolling a D4 for each dart then. So that's
the errated.
Yeah, there we go. There's the other D4. She will do some damage to Zorana. Beautiful. Next is Marmalade. And you are still outside. You can act this round, but you're still out in the courtyard, so you're gonna have to spend some time getting here.
Oh. Okay. Because I put myself inside because I thought that all that was happening after I...
Oh, you're inside? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Then yeah, you can be inside.
Okay.
Why not? Because we still only have technically 13 minutes in combat.
Indeed,
Usually takes
yes.
a while, so we're gonna have to
Don't worry. I'll end
do a few
this
rounds,
soon.
see how it goes, and then I'll come up with some DM big flavor ending.
So since I don't want to have to cross all that shit, I'm just going to use Vicious Mockery on number 2.
Okay. Cool. What's the save?
15.
And it's a charisma save?
Wisdom.
Oh, wisdom. I should have. That is 12.
You're as ugly as an old used rag.
And how much damage?
6.
Okay.
And then I guess for my bonus action, I'm just gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on Zorana.
Okay. Mason, you're next.
Can I talk before I actually do anything?
Sure.
Okay. Just gonna look at March and Marmalade and go who are we? Who are we trying to attack?
Molotov.
In the middle.
Yeah, March just goes, now's the time.
It's time for your solution,
I'm
my
gonna
friend.
light it up, look back at March. Which one?
As many as you can. The weird looking ones.
Yeah,
The weird-looking
don't say as
ones.
many as you can get.
I'm gonna
The two that look
throw
the same.
one Molotov at the hags. Let me see
Alright,
how
make
I
a ranged
actually do
attack
it.
roll.
Sticky. Okay, that's not that much damage actually. Yeah. Oh, this is mostly for show. Actually,
Did you make the roll first? One of them.
No, I haven't. I
hit,
haven't
but
yet.
She's
I haven't yet.
restrained. Okay, and you get with advantage because it's difficult terrain even for the other one. So I'm gonna say even though she can move, it's harder for her to move out of the way fast. So
You know what? I probably just instead of Molotov, I'm just. Can I just? Yeah, I can just use Firebolt.
you can. You said fire bolt with a T, not fireball.
Yes, a
correct?
T. Yes.
Oh, okay. I was
Okay.
gonna say, you
Later.
add that. You can just use that.
Why do you have the
I
bottles?
mean, I
then?
could that. Okay, that's a 22 to hit.
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
Would be at least one of the hacks. I think
Yeah.
it only applies to one target, so it
does,
will be
yeah.
the one closest to me, I guess, or the one who I see restrained.
Yeah, the restrained, make it the
that's-
restrained one.
Okay, and that's 12 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
Oh wait, do attacks against the restrained one have advantage? In which case, do you want to roll to see if you?
Oh yeah, you can
crit?
roll again because if you crit, then you get
Oh, fair.
more damage.
Nope.
Oh,
that's
so
saved.
close.
It was.
All right,
It's a save, though.
big set. Next
Okay,
is
that'll be the end of my turn.
Zorana's turn.
Load
What spells do Archmage have? She has a lot. Oh. Oh, interesting.
Oh yes, welcome to the Archmage stat block.
She
have a ring
is going to cast, and this will also help get everyone. This helps me. So you see her start casting, doing arcane preparations, like somatic, waving her hands, speaking of that language you don't understand, and you
Johnny and I do.
in one moment
I-
she's doing that and she's casting. The next minute, you see her and the hags are gone. She used time stop, and some shenanigans may have occurred while time was stopped.
Shit,
The
it hasn't
rest
come
of
back
you
around
don't
to my
know.
turn yet.
Does somebody double check the mechanics of time
The
stop?
chronology
can't
wizard
spell it.
looks at time.
Oh no, wait! You
stop.
stopped the flow of time for everyone but yourself. So the hag, she couldn't. She takes Well, first, let's see how many turns in a row she would get to take. Okay. Then instead, what's gonna happen is, again, you blink and she will be gone, and what the restrained hag is gone. So you do not know what happened while time was frozen, but the two of them have disappeared. And as you all blink and talk back, you just see the hag yell, "Sister!" and looks very distressed, and also has no idea what is happening now. But also because of that, those of you who are outside, Max and Theo, you can now be in the room however you want, because time shenanigans. So top of the next round, you are in the room. You can place yourself wherever you'd like to be.
I'm still burning my spells to get there, right?
Yeah, because that way you can not fall and hurt yourself. So March, it's your turn. And how are you? Who has the necklace right now?
It sounds like he does, yeah.
Are you, and how are you holding it in your hands? Is it in a bag?
It's in my pockets.
It's in your pockets? Okay. You start to feel...
are underneath armor, but yeah.
You start to feel whatever pocket it's in feels warm against your skin. And as you enter the ballroom, there do start to appear like some cracks in the walls. The windows seem to warp and change shape, and all of you can see this now. All right, March, your turn.
Okay, I am going to use momentary stasis to force the hag to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That can happen.
DC 17.
17, you say? That is a 21.
God fucking damn it. Well, that failed. Alright, let's see. What other fun things can I do?
The Bobs of
Something you
Silver?
can end concentration on by any chance?
What was that?
The vines, are they something you can end concentration on to get them out of there?
Yeah, I would assume so, yeah.
Okay.
But don't I want the hag to be in the vines?
I mean, yeah, but most of us are melee.
Oh, I also will say where Zorana was standing, there is a puddle of water on the floor now.
Oh.
Okay. How far away is that? That was like,
That was like by the stage, just towards the left of the stage.
Do I have enough movement to run up and touch the water and see what happens?
Sure, you do, and it just feels cold, like how cold the vault water felt, like very frigid to the touch.
Okay, then I'm gonna use, if nothing happens when I touch it, I'm gonna use...
Wait, I'll say you're a powerful wizard with your arcane knowledge. You know of now, and you guess, so that was not Zorana. Whatever happened during the time stop, that thing took harm, and it was actually, you now guess it was a simulacrum of Zorana. The simulacrums melt into water or snow upon being destroyed. So you have no idea where the real Zorana is now, but it looks like the one you were conversing with all night was not real.
Wait, so there's nothing there?
There's a puddle of very cold water.
That's it?
Just melted snow.
Wait, the simulacrum became self-aware with the necklace. Is that what happened? Because the necklace is real. Why would she give it to...
Necklace is real, yeah, we got 5 minutes. Don't worry, I have a plan, but...
My brain!
That wasn't it, you.
I know.
Okay, can I use, again, my Mizium apparatus to try and cast a spell I do not have prepared?
Yes.
At 4th level.
Yes.
Because I already used my action, I will be expending 2 sorcery points to...
Okay. Oh, wait! I lied! You can't do anything this turn. As you start to try and cast a spell from your Wild Magic last turn, you try, all of a sudden, you see March grab at his throat and start to, gag and choke, and you can take no action this turn, and then you start to vomit up pieces of silver, and you vomit up 90 pieces of silver in the time it would have taken
Wild
to cast
magic!
a spell. But you have no action this turn, so we're skipping.
In that case, I was going to say, in that case, do I get my momentary stasis back? Because that was an action.
Sure, yes. So we'll skip to Maxius, because your turn is spent vomiting up silver pieces. I wrote it down. I just forget it last time. See, that was what happened
looks
on your
painful.
table.
Yeah.
We're rich now.
Ooh, 90 silver.
Ah, yes.
I entering into the fray with very little in the way of combat will attempt a 4th level dissonant words.
Okay.
Because I am a warlock and all 2 of my spell slots are going to be put to good use. So I
Perfect.
need the hag to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
DC 16.
That's a 15.
Woo! Love it.
Do I have to listen to
where's-
this?
Nope, that did not roll. Come on, do the thing.
Come on.
Do it. There we go. That's gonna be 20 points of psychic damage.
As she takes that intense psychic damage, sees her sister has been dealt with so fast. There is still a small fire raging in the corner. Like, it has gone from bad to worse in here for her real quick. And as she clutches at her head and the pain is just like pounding in there, she just goes, "This is not how it was supposed to happen. We'll be back!" And she's gonna plane shift herself out of there, back to the ethereal plane. And as she plane shifts, Theo, your pocket, the necklace, starts to get real warm, and you need to take it out immediately or it's going to burn you.
Question.
Oh no.
Yes.
The wild magic thing, is that still affecting me?
Once she leaves, it is not. It ends when she leaves. You'll be done vomiting your silver.
Okay.
You cheeky bastard.
So what do?
I
This necklace
count
is
as
literally
well.
burning a hole in your pocket right now.
I'll try like out of obvious sight, like quickly like look at it, like what's happening here.
As you take it out, you see the diamond is starting to crack, and it's mirroring the cracks in the walls of the ballroom. Suddenly, the crack completes and spreads across the whole like teardrop pendant. You drop it as like it's like sears your hand, and from the broken necklace, there's a burst of extraplanar energy, and everything in the house goes real. Like, imagine that part of like when watching what's the Marvel movie Doctor Strange, when he's having that first real acid trippy moment with the like with Tilda Swinton's character.
Boy.
Like, your whole surroundings, all your senses are overwhelmed, colors are changing, time loses all meaning, physics mean nothing, sense overwhelmed, and then when everything starts to right itself again. Yeah, as everything starts to right itself again, you see Zorana looking disheveled in like a night dress and like hair in a long braid pieces appear out of the necklace and fall on the ground next to you, breathing heavily, looks around, goes, "Oh thank God. Oh thank God I'm home." It appears she had been trapped in the necklace and the simulacrum had taken her place. And all this commotion, Eliphas now runs downstairs to see what the fuck is happening. Sees
It's about time he showed up.
Oh god, and like starts to put the fire out, and then once the fire's out, immediately runs over to his wife and like wraps her like in his arms and is like, "Oh my god, you're okay." And they have a lovers reunion moment, and then he turns to look at you goes, "I have no idea what just happened, but I thank you."
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Steal things from hags, maybe.
Hags? What are you talking about? And
I just give her a look like, fill him in.
Yeah, Zorana goes, I might have to fill you in on some details. And is looking very out of it. Physically fine, but just like mentally, emotionally drained and looking very guilty. And Eliphas goes, "Well, thank you. I'm assuming you can, I guess this is what you came for," and hands you the broken necklace. Still a very, very pretty, very fancy diamond necklace. But Theo will notice your sensor had all that like magical energy coming from it, and the extra planar energy in particular is gone. It seems like you're all very lucky, and the rift exploding managed to be non-lethal when it could have been very hazardous, very dangerous. And again, we're kind of rushing this ending here because it's time for the next one shot very, very soon. But because you achieved your mission, you got the diamond necklace, and no one was harmed, shockingly. You will have the Golden Vault will consider your mission a success, and you have had your list of rewards from that, and a standing invite to this gala now for the rest of your natural lives.
That's actually very nice.
So yeah, that would have been a bit more elongated and a bit less rushed and a bit less. Yeah, and
no, but this was amazing.
Endless hours.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, for fun, can I quickly use two sorcery points to trigger a wild magic surge?
To see what
just
our
on the
final
way out,
effect is?
just on the way out, just to see what the last effect is.
We got a 66. Our final wild magic surge. Chad, I'm disappointed in you. You had the power for all the wild magic and you did nothing. Oh, as you're leaving, a terrible stench suffuses the area within 50 feet of the caster. So March just starts to smell fucking rank as you're leaving.
I start to smell like actual rabbits.
Actual rabbits.
I fix it. Magical technique, I give you a different odor.
Nice. Mason realizing that it's not the original Zorana just like looks crestfallen, but gives her a small sort of like a page from his notebook that seems to contain a poem that he has written about this whole thing. Yeah. Then runs away because of the stench.
I also write a very harsh review for
the peer review of Mason. Do not recommend. Move to accounting department.
No, just needs to go do the training again.
Amazing. Well, yeah, there we go. With some various tweaks and marches. That was our party at Paliset Hall one shot. Thank you all players for being here, helping us kick off this 48-hour charity marathon. And yeah, Steve will be live again for 48 hours, so feel free to lurk and pop in for various other adventures, D&D and other tabletop systems throughout the day. And chat, thanks for being here.
And thank you, Laura,
Thank you so
for DMing.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
It was amazing.
But I feel shockingly okay considering how sick I was this morning. Like, I'm doing kind of okay right now, so I'm just pleased about that.
DM spite cures most problems. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta take care of all of these.
Oh my god, the
things to get
poem's in
everything.
chat.
Oh my.
Oh, Zorana, who I had but one chance to meet, with your eyes deep purple and your voice so sweet. In your presence, the world seems right. How can I forget your radiant smile, your golden hair falling gracefully on your face? Can't forget the way you turned away from me to get lost in the crowd again. We tried to give you the warmth of our friendship, only to turn you into a puddle of melted snow. I thought we lost you to the witches, but you reappeared through the world's stitches. Now we leave you with no memories of our time. Perhaps it's all the adventure we get for a dime. Damn, Mason out here being himbo most of the time, and then popping off with the
like pops off there finally. Just
incredible,
incredible.
That's awesome.
Right. I don't
so
know off the top of my head what your
This
next
was
adventure
amazing.
is, but we'll be transitioning immediately to another tabletop adventure of some kind. So thanks, friends.